I love the song from the Dr. Loy. I really love the song. One more time, one more time. No shaka me sonnet. It's a lot of love, and it's a lot of love.
Shoutouts to you, Awobache. Nala Bishida. A biggie. Nala Bishida. Miniano. Ichikome. Shoutouts to you, Nite Kwa Ibonte Miniano.
It's a lot of color, not a solo your color. Gago in a crowd, that's a no one you dread. You know not me.
Baba Fita wa epe, Bama de no Johnny Femo.
No shopping Bobby song, solo no color, not a solo your color.
Shoutouts to you, Mr. Kwate. Mr. Kwate, Toyota. Shoutouts to you, Man Christy Toyota.
I really love the God songs, and I love this one from the Dr. Loy band. Yeah.
Man like the whistle is in the building. Mysterious Diamonds. Toyota. Robert Atto. My Lord brother is in the building as well. Shoutouts to you, Uncle Johnny Miniano.
Ayo, sit down. Ayo, sit down. Ayo, sit down. Ayo, sit down.
Jajelo, America. I thought would be a Jajelo. America, shout out to you, Mr. Commodore and wife, watching us live from Ohio. Shout out to you, Mr. Commodore and wife, watching us live from Ohio. Nia ite inaka adukwene esuma adukwene. Nia ite Nii Adote chomo mi adugwe ma bi eshimabo. Ocha adugwe egbe feshie pa. Oh, I see. Oh, manyewa, mysterious diamonds, manyewa, Miniano, hey, manyeva tashi, aye, Mrs. Whistleva tashi, there you go, shout outs to you, manyewa, Mrs. Whistleva tashi, aye. Mysterious diamonds, Miniano manya. I don't know what in the shay. Go, Gaga, manya cannot show you, I mean. Shout outs to you, Mr. Yate. Shout outs to you, Man Christieko. Shout outs to you, Isaac Nii Ahima Apia. Legit the Prince of Guan State. Anytime no banana can bear no get ready. Obana the Prince of Guan State. Shout outs to you, Numoboy Ojoba. Shout outs to you, Nicholas Neokakweayi Toyote. Shout outs to you, Junior Ike Miniano. Woman no Johnny Femo, Ami Conti, no ni Angweko. Haji.
Oh, you rock on. Promise, Salonico. Do the solo.
Over fit our ear, Bomo de Kemo mi hello. Ona, Keke mi ungabo, onu. Acho mi ni teto bobi ashon, aka Tete Lampado, aka the Jandam Breaker, aka Anukwale Yuelo, aka Wabachakega, for God and Kadangbe. Mystery Diamonds. Robert Atoke Ngabo, Bole Robert, again Ngabo. Haba, Robert, Mystery Diamonds, Leon Kenke Wage Ngabo, only I call it like a Mystery Diamonds, but I mean Mysterious Diamonds, excuse me. Shout outs to you, Nakualabi, shout outs to you, Atago, Miniano, Hade, Esabafo, Crapo, Hade. Let's go. Haja, you didn't want again. Haja, he, Ashawumi, Haji, Ashalomi, Gaga, Joje.
Once again, the ball on stage go one of them deep wave. Oh, that's the minute you get deep wave.
And Nii Adote Sumadugwe. Nii Adote that. Shout outs to you, Charles Commodore, Miniano. Uncle Commodore. Ade. Nii Adote Sumoyo. Aba. Aga bambi and again wayo lele. Shout outs to you. Okaleche Ebatashi. That's why again Kebwake Engbe ko chemi obanyo chemi Titi, aka Titi. Haji. Shout outs to you, Natani Akainete. Inyemi kome. Haji. What are you anukwale yegai? Mo fe mo na ba togolumo. Alo ya no ni oyelumo. You need to know the old guard will not stand anymore. Esani nibi achaki. Mr. Commodore. Legit Titi. Okay, aka Titi. Okay, got you. Shout outs to you, Atago, Prince George Ojoba, Prince George Ebeshi. Shout outs to you, Mr. Yate, Miniano. Mlenchenye mi Dave Ising, Leweba Trashi. 19 likes. But any likes after 30. Many class captain Baku, assistant to Baku. 19 likes. Let's get it to 30. You what's that show? Why 51 one question will be an no. Bomoding. Haja. Haja Mao Tieba. Shout outs to you. Nat, Robert Kayengabo. Shout outs to you, Naomi Miniano. Haba. Mama de know me conti. Like him show me 24 likes. Let's get it going. Like him show why if 51 kwabi aneno so Mama de 24. Let's get it going. Haba. Nyebwa maoti tuwe maoti in Kenya noko maoti take over class Kenya noko nyebwa tuwe. Shout outs to you somewhere calling Numoto Yote. That's right. Come fit away. Ami Conti. No ni angweko. Johnny Femo. WhatsApp platforms. I don't know. Yo, but I know. Can me can link. Can me Facebook. Can me hey AP. Haba. Love you, yo, my dear, sweet, yo, How you get a lot in our boot road to here. Eba. That's right. 2 more likes. Ni what Joshua Shishi. More than 28 likes. Shout outs to you, Siki Bikes. Miniano. Heba. 29. Yes, we are coming. Gaga what Shishi. Haba. Eshe. Ya wajan shego. Oh yeah, catch me, to better cry. Oh no, oh yeah, catch me, Shout outs to you, Nikwe Miniano. That's right. Shout outs to you, Nii Adote Otinto Miniano. No more than a boy. That's right. Benyele Becca show ni so nyani waboti ami. Look. Over the weekend, the video call. I mean, if you na video and circulate ni mofe muena. Video Nii Adote Otinto ni di Sempe Mantse. Ni amefe annual Sempe Omo walk. Ni speech after na gbe walk na. Ni nibi komene yue. Any Nii Adote Otinto eshe ye manchayeli mi. Esani na kan yue mo ejueda. No. Now, this is not the first time. Ni eyue na kan doko. A couple of months ago, ni be say indictment come. Ke bagbe say traditional council ilele esusu momi manche komi egbi ole territory mi. Eba fair press conference, che press na kan no na ni he actually threatened violence. Akele ke abe territory mi eba no. Saturday mi kwe speech ene ha ni SIA ya the same tangent. Ni those days should be far over. No Lumoko should be calling for violence against people. None whatsoever. Keji 1,000 ni wachake gan. Blame akoboni wa yinshie esa ni wa yoshi na kaindon. Ghana is not a jungle. It's a country governed by laws. So, keji moko febo noko ne here, take it to the courts. Let the courts address your issue. Kuena fea woni adamalache. A lot of people, you guys think I can Nii adamalache. Ebe meni na can be ami eke eta una no aba no yale. At the time, he had people too. But he said no. Any geshe, esa ni lashwa shidon. Blema kona fio na kaim. Na bamo e klante. Na no. Ni ma bi gwo. Ya ni bi koma ene sa. Ni be ni waba. Ni na ni waba agba washi. Mo fe mo ka afabo keba. Otele shikpon keba. Boy, oke shikpon eya, ake shikpon wo o adekami. Mo fe mo ka fobwe otele manchayeli keba. Ke ogboe manchayeli oke ya. So mine wa manchayeli ke shikpon sane ke nibi kome waba call for violence. When the courts are there to settle such issues. Niole, gone are the days. Ni aywe anukwale achon mambi. Me ije English. Me in last name achemi danso. Me ije Sempe. So ke Sempe ke English yalata. Along the danso family in pleno ko here. Eko. She eko. Eja kenke. Esani ga oblanta koshu ehiashi. Because of shikpon, ni manche kona fole ekanaken shikpon ba. Because of manchayeli, ni manche kona fole ekanaka manchayeli ba. Ne wa blind bibi ba no. Na bamu e klante na chra etu. It will not happen on my watch. I will speak and I will let the people know the truth. Ke odumo me koma here ni o mali ame. I will expose you with the documents. No. If this look, last week or 2 weeks ago, Mba can a judgment. Ni the Danso family not from the High Court. Nii Otinto Sempe Mantse has every right to disagree with the judgment. What you do is that, fortunately for you, it is a judgment from the High Court. take it to the Supreme Court. Appeal it and prove your case over there. Don't stand in front of OB about threatening violence. What sort of legacy are you leaving for the younger generation? You are telling the younger generation to be lawless. You are telling the younger generation to be hooligans and perpetuate acts of gangsterism. And those days should be far gone. Those days should be behind us. The days ni hooliganism. A surrender washikon plemoy. The days ni gangsterism. A surrender washikon plemoy. Those days should be behind us. Ikeka manchejibwe na fobwe otele shikon keba. Ke oya ogbono ba ya nwe otele shikon ke ya. If you feel akeshi moko e ko shikon, take it to the courts and prove your case. Salene na ye ba ye kote. Beje chata shut up. Beje dans so family ni ameka me wale e ba aka me koloni bi. Ni ame feel yake ashishi ame. According ni ji ame no, they took it to the court. This is a judgment from the High Court, and like I said, take it to the Appellate Court, take it to the Supreme Court, and prove your case over there. Now you're saniabo keshikon bono hemo ya amede. Biamini bonimba tabie ni inkane High Court judgment kejo appeal na yambo mama tabie na kan no kan ben na bu agbo ami kan sankane fe inka this time around there waba kane ni ye ke wakane waba cho shishi ye gami ni mo ni teteke tetefe ba no shishi akenoko ete moko ye wolomindo beja wona kama nchajibo no ye gankpapa no mita no le ake akenoko ete moko ye wolomindo akenoko ete moko ya wolomindo beja ni tete TV woni ne share no shika woni ne share na kan wolu no waba kana ni waba gbla mi ni waba ni mo wope ina ayo kai etashiyama na nushi na etako classroom da magbla mi. Those days are gone. There are young men I'm a trust on Nii Otinto. Nika you am a boletwe. You don't have to lead them into violence. As a leader, what you should do is actually stop them from engaging in illegal acts. Stop them from engaging in gangsterism and hooliganism. Don't encourage it. God push them into it. And that is what Nii Otinto did. And for that, I completely disagree. Keman chajibwe odumo obi ahie no ba yue na kan. Keman chajibu odumo obi ahie no ba yue na kan. Sanie ayeye court. Ni akeshi pon lele dans so weku approve aka mame no. Keju o ye appeal mo. Ni anamala che be ye high court we. Be ye appeals court e. Nesha Supreme Court, be Supreme Court ke ani te ko chulu hearing. Ke sumo be ba la hearing. Exactly. Eka ke do by force in ye High Court, in ye Appeal Court, Supreme Court tenkele dabi. So ka ye bo High Court, judgment e High Court eba no pene appeal mo. Ko appeal na ye bo we ke ya Supreme Court. Let the law work. Animla actually the days of hooliganism and gangsterism should be over. Obranta nyege je no konya ame hu ekeda na ba bua me court wi na me ya na ma no noin. And then when we speak, you have idiots. Na me nyame musu se. Na me dwe. Eke ame defend the indefensible. Tumobani head here ke Nii Adote Otinto must use the law courts to address his issues and not threats of violence. No threats of violence. use the law courts to address whatever issues you have. Ate sane high court ye habo. Keji onu shishe appeal mo. Ka appeal e wan yebo no nu shishe ke a Supreme Court. I mean, come on. For how long are we going to be doing this to ourselves? How long are we going to do this nonsense? Aren't we tired? In this day and age, what threaten me with violence solo. A lot of you have already watched it because a lot of you sent it to me. A lot of you sent me the video, wanting me to actually listen to what he said. A lot of you did. We can video inna waye inbox me. Mo fe mo share video ni makwe. Shout outs to you, Shatadre. Go back, Trashy. Shout outs to you, Cecilia Hughes. Toyota. Shout outs to you, Manvik. In my boy, Ojogba.
Honorable Nii Paku, Dansuma Police Command. When you media fui, Asafa Acheme, Asafa Anyeme, Uromoy, Kemambi Fe, Liba Christian Bia, Nyanya Manu, very soon. Nya Bomode, Ake, Nya Comport Nye. One here can be Kete Dansuma roundabout, or Kwa Sheshi, the Fenya Tranya, the Nyahane. It's a good sign. It's like this year, my war, Obayelo, Utuba. It's a cool one, only be Kumaya call on. Men Pagbe, Ake, my Luku. She get number to be a share if you're for. Dromona Cafe Eyekuni. Ni yehimo ka ile ake this year omowo Obayele Ujuba. Yeah. Masmo. Ni noni ikmanyo mambi eji. Wosmo wo he. Ni ngla mo efachon. Mo shinye mo efachon. Kene no Obayale ekeno ya ba man. Ke nyekwe amlalu nene bana boy modern aka tugbajano to ni Ghana amashi Ujuba. Ke gadangbe bayano. The government pay attention on us. Asani ekume femo abawotia. Ni bule abawotia. Do no ebaje the government call serious. Ni nona asani efi ha gadangbe biye. Ibafi. Echiaku. Sempe Mantse press conference concerning washponging New York keje kole lagoon wagbe Sakmo lagoon. Nii Adote Otinto Junior Sempe Mantse kemanka of the Gas State. Ike ihiwa eyako mukunuku. Chinofiano ni Sempe nonie. Ma defend ni ma Sempe bi. Jokobli Kakole Gono. Kole Lagu Kwagbe Sakmo Lagu there. Family land here. Square fence 2 land. Alata Su and Sempe Su. Kolebu Hospital Sempe Bika. Tanka se lie. Sempe Bika. Zamama lie. Be Sempe Bika Hame. Sukula Sempe Bika Hame. Dansoma Estate Sempe Bika. No project 10% per pay. The rest of the money government have Kwashibian. Kaja Kole Lagune Kwagbe Sakmo Lagune. Washpo Jini yo mi Kolebu Mamprobi Latabi Okoshi Mbete Freedom Impoase Sakama Begbeise Choko Dama Gefe was spawn Any need and so a papa seen a your denture a simple nomi. Le need and so a near simple around shoulders, the near simple atra. A superior say Nidia Lataswama okay Sunday. The Sunday travel I want to Supreme Court. They are not part of the suit. Can you question my panel near there's back of bed in Pona Chola Dansoma? Dama yom. Bena yo Sunday a papa beman. The papa eja kwa pimeke bako. Manche ne e yo e bashpon. Shipon on a me yo Sempe shpon. I will a manche na gazette le. Shimi na keshi eleni. Alata stule eskamle. Because a best pon na me will a manche ewono. Mini manche yo. It's a Salmonia chief. Because a best pon. Ka nyete kopa no many your spon niji divisional chiefs nyawana koko bitegbe but ya no gba manfrogbe ke he koko me nyabana ka mefe am a declaration of title ni tun akashi am here spon o ka meye manche am ye manche dan so best spon on his own spon na ye sani efe a fall of between Latabi Okoshi Mbete lands. Ni aye with judgment plan. Plan na start to Kajekole Lagune, Kage Sakmo Lagune. The rest of the land over there. Buffer zone. Ramsar site. Esana Machu Ejeme. There are reserve Keha Koloi. Can you do more? Ni Kanya Kwa Gono Kajagba, erosion and your Jeff, Kanu Eba Jebata. No question. No, than so be Name Yanaka Joe Mienfo Ameda. Ejaka Iliaka government in the Ajame. Shade can chop my name. There's a one of wedding. Akaka ameleaka amesmo alam ne bay don ameka Sempe stule na ni yo jema wa fefu ejema ejaka ka erosion na eba esume ye popam ni afili na kanje na create problem past government efe eko about mark heko me aka abaku current government need to watch John Dramani Mama e bakpopa ni eba yose ni eke regional minister the municipal assembly say okay they should take charge. Ni many feel your jeff I'm stop. Many kashia ka feel e ba jeff I'm kwa na lo. Ka ha ka no more na enye e flow kwa wo farm. The war honorable. Ka ochu oluchuma oduba mi je che machima bank o manye anyelo. Nani yo ojo mi oluchuma mi oje fasna kun. Nika nu mo na ewo. Ipa asan akashi there's a layout in your office. Akola ka judgment ko okwo I am a scheme papa ye. Any spoil awa none am a failure of Africa scheme ye jeme. I'm a chairman for am old team. She honorable. Nyakwa wojiam. Cash pon government ne bay don nyani supposed to la ali. Ma wo me fen fu ye jeme. Thank you. E aka tashi. Ni moko ba aje ekwapim. Never call Gaspon. If there's no way in my feet. There's no way in my feet. What I want to alatadi ye one then not. I'm a year or more. I'm a shani. I'm a quickly. Oboli I'm a year. No to go be a for saying do say I'm a board dry lim. Care why you are more what son of no work bina. Dana I'm a yonaka more dry. Me rene nation need and so be adi. I can ship on I'm a yo no simple spawn. What you are more, I'm a year or more. You work at the menesek, I make a transport on I'm a sunny don. I'm a transport on I'm a sunny Macasan. I make a transport on I'm a sunny. Can't take play by Machine. I'm a hope question I'm a yeah, ga echo in my papa ebu. What face set? What got traditional council? I can about someone. Oba fe yes bonani wahani. One on what you are the page, Neka Solomon. Happy hour. What fell like a catch of me for a phone. What fell when you watch you? Near wow, or my dacha man. No feel for me. No catch up. Gadangwe, Kagana, Mufin, one machine. Yet trap, no my yaba.
You see? A chief who means well for his people will not speak like this publicly. It's sad for the people. A lot of them, they've not actually read the judgment. A lot of them cannot. A lot of them have actually not read the judgment. No, I'm a dumoshi. Nii Otinto UF. I mean, call it hook, line, and sinker. Now, in Kake, Nii Beja Ebewolomi. Shika Eyewolomi. None yo wolu emi walk about chomman be. You understand what I'm saying? Nii Beja Ebewolomi. Shika Eyewolomi. Wabakane ni walk about chomman be. Now, Ibakane yebiomo. Shimene Maya Shishije, Maya na begbe. Kula ona. Any judge ye ona boni ni yo. Connie, what deal with it? Producers, be my eyes, cause in the screen there no. So can go anya alert me. Manya be piaga e kwani ele joino. Now, and what breakdown fio noni manya ka fia ingbe ngwena. So can ye mole neke yin eje no. Nyani what some of the things come in you me. Now, shout outs to Nii Adote by GLN. And once again, you can clearly see the distinction between the two. Clearly. I'm going to leave that for you to judge. But listening to him and listening to Nii Adote, the difference is crystal clear. Clear. Let's go on. Now, onuni Supreme Court to Sunday. No magic betene no ko bajekpo. Ni mo expect ya ma yue noko. She be papa mi Supreme Court ruling yes and you. Supreme Court ruling. No san you. They get charge me afine o mo le afi fine. Mo fe wana. No need no ya ni wana. Okay, we can no akpa sachi. Je no san we you here. No, they're not going to fame. He actually started off the speech talking about unity. And then all of a sudden, an example from unity to threatening people with violence. It's in the same speech. He stood there, a walking contradiction. In one breath, he was calling for unity and loving one another. In another breath, he is threatening the same people under the Jamestown quarter. He is threatening them with violence. Now, a unity can respect. And I say this all the time. Unity, respect, love for one another can only be achieved on the foundation of truth. You cannot lie to your people and expect that to be achieved. Ebami. So if Nii Otinto really means his call for unity and respect and love for one another, he should start by telling people the truth, including the people that actually follow him, that love him. Tell them the truth. Now, let me say this. Biamini ikane judgment habue. Ike moko from danso wekueba. I think Nii Adote Achole. Ni eba you am side. You heard me throughout the video saying there was a man there you ain't Sempe me inke mi taule. I wanted to reach out to him. Inna nama moko ham ye nama. Inka ake video I sendile. If he wanted to come on, I will give him the channel. Once again, I'm putting this out there. Kejo lemoko from the Sempe quarter. Nearby sumo, nearby make a say no one I make a judgment there. I will give them the time. I'm not here doing anybody's bidding. I'm doing the bidding of God and Dangbe. Eta. I'm not here doing English Yalata bidding. I'm not here doing Sempe bidding. I'm not doing Gamashi bidding. I'm doing Gandangbe bidding. You understand what I'm saying? So mo fe money your Sempe quarter. Ni eba sumo akeba present am a case ya ni tete TV. You are more than welcome. In number a channel no da nyeti me pie nye platform sano. You know my number from the platforms. Call lemo go bimoko nye bia ni abe Jamestown TV. He has my number. Nye reach out to me. Nye bia Nii Ansamba Jenny GH TV. He has my number. Nye reach out to me. God just Sempe no town over making a case. Say I will give you my platform to speak to the people. You no one. None of your judgment time. Yes, I will give you my platform. Let's go on. Now, after saying all this, then they take judgment time in Bakani Abueno. Now, and Temaboni Onuni, I'm a press conference and I'm a 60 days. It's unbelievable. Mogokabuete court to ne win here, but no lose we 60 days. But that's fine. That's none of my business. That is the way they wanted to deal with the issues. That is fine with me. Jason, badole. If you miake, there be small ma you because small ma Nii Otinto here. Esani Nii Otinto etasi ni digest judgment tojo bang. Efe miake Nii Otinto etasi ni digest judgment tojo ba. Because every single case ni Nii Otinto site judgment ni yo mi judgment ne jepo aside me all the authorities, the Akolache authority, the Yaudwade Crab authority, the Marco concession authority, Amano Aquaves, Ayikai, McLean, Akolache judgment, aside if judge take all of these authorities in Nii Adote Otinto, it take every single one of them into consideration before he arrived at his judgment. So if you feel like in the face of all of these, judge don't come out threatening violence against the English Alata people, i.e. the Danso family. Go back to the courts. This is a judgment from the High Court. Appeal it. Kaya Supreme Court. Aye Kevin Taki High Court to it. Ekete Appeal Court. Aye Negate Supreme Court. Beno neta wale. Akale hearing. So can Nindan so Ayebo ye High Court. Bonke ya Appeals Court. Kayebo Ejemewe Kaya Supreme Court. Ekole judges ne fe no kompote ye ne sana amekwe ni amekwe. Kaya Supreme Court. Keke no make okay so jugba. You understand what I'm saying? Keke aye sanye ehebo. Because no ne cho akola che judgment jeje a site na kan authority self ya duade na ko mina chole imma dia ni yakakpa no na Microsoft concession amanu akwe and ayi kan McLean jeje site na kan authority self meaning ake he considered every single thing no na Nii Adote Otinto ake aye sanye ni waye neke jeje consider before he arrive at a judgment and he arrive at it. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. Okay, like I said, Nii Sempe digest judgment because this will not cut it. This paints you in a different light. You understand what I'm saying? At a court, judgment neighbor osumo appeal mo judgment. It is in your right. No, if you want to speak against it, you are very right. The reason you want in court video in fear is the threat of violence. You understand what I'm saying? That aspect, you know, one in video in the meantime. You know, think about the again, judgment take be. In failure, I judge here, and you was on our doba. In failure, I can the authorities, then they cite here, a quemio joba, and they can fail near, Benny, in the Supreme Court, be Matabia Benui. Mega near Yabano, Matabia Benui. But you cannot be threatening people with violence just because you disagree with the judgment from the court. Those days should be behind us. You understand what I'm saying? But Sempe may take court to Pina ma wini. And may come and threaten violence. And Mokobasha yega. Many Sempe may take court to. Ni ame ye ame fe Sempe ye ame fe na ka me ka mo ame ka ame ba crash me moko ba hwe yega moko hwe yega be Sempe le we ye me pi ye court Sempe ye me pi Nii Adote Otinto enye Sempe ye kete court ye me pi moko ke kwa ke aba crash moko. Why are you threatening people with violence? The sort of hooliganism and gangsterism should cease. It should stop. We don't want it. We don't want gangsterism. We don't want it. This sort of gangster behavior should cease. Now, once again, makane judgment mabu mene. Chacholete 3/4 say ni amenasa ni Sempe ka alata ni nasani si Sempe ke danso managusani. That is very true, except ake alata manche Nii Adote the second at the time hosikpo ni danso a grandfather. It is captured in the judgment. Ni danso ke na abu ewe. She I allow documents, blame documents from Lands Commission. Ne prove ake lele. A grant was given by Nii Adote the second from the alatas to Nii danso. So yes, keji okay alata stool ni alata wini alo alata clearly the land belongs to alata. That is why Nii Adote the second can sell the land to somebody else. Neither so was able to prove from search from the Lands Commission. There was a transaction back then. Nii Adote the second le neither so any. Your lawyer or you were not able to prove otherwise. Get you on evidence conclude, never prove otherwise. Say, take it to the court. Take it to the court. Onim shishi ke okwe statement against dansome amebeshipon. Ni danso ka ke taflache dansome ameshipon from the very very beginning. He was able to prove that near crashing ni English at the time a grandfather. He was able to prove it with documents. He was able to prove it. Judgment capture documents from the Lands Commission. Lands Commission documents. She searched now a Lands Commission. They prove that at some point there was a is it a where the conveyance from near Krashi the second to CA Danso? I believe that is the name. CA Danso. So once again, instead of threatening people with violence, appeal the ruling. If you lose at the appellate court, take it to the Supreme Court. Okay? Eye Kelvin Taki, your High Court, eye appellate court, not the Supreme Court. Bejaji said John Jomo Conclu. Akaya na Kelvin hearing. So na can ninda so ye boy High Court. Bonke ya appellate court. Ka ye boy jemewe. Ke ya Supreme Court. What is it that me crashi me? Ni kamo go fen again. Ni ma fen again. I mean, come on. Come on. In this day and age. In this day and age, in this day and age, in every single document, bejawana, shikawana, wabakane, ni taflache, wole nu, ne tako class 1 dan, wabak blami ye gamine ba nu shishi. This is a form of holding you, what leaders say, accountable. What pene na ke noko ba te moko ye gashikono ye wolo mindon. Beda wolo e wana shika wana wa ba kane. Koni mo fe mo ana. Wa ba kane. Now, shout outs to so Nii so did not let it slide. Nii so Ebaje Nii Otinto na. And like I said, the difference is crystal clear. Radio Gold 90.5. The difference is crystal clear. You can see the difference between the two chiefs. Crystal clear. I'm not holding brief for anybody. Nii danso imitiko le dan. Nii dan enkonye imitiko Nii danso dan. Nii danso. He did not put me up to this. Judgment upon bakande. Meaning nani Sempe FA press conference. Meaning reach out to Moko. If I reach out to somebody, ni animo send the judgment there, Hami. In reach out to Moko, ni animo send the judgment there, Hami. Ninkala gamismo ni makande. Koni mambi efana. Now what I need and so to it. And like I said, the difference is crystal clear between the two. If I want one to be my chief, it will be Nii and so. Just listen. Just listen.
Yeah, Imanye. Nii Adote so the second in you. Binyo manye ni min banyo manye. If you make Nii Adote Otinto Sempe Mantse ni ike gaman kralu ebe ba wi. Yomone wie mi ta ma jile na. Age yomone wie mi jon una gesi eleni ne yuo ni anukwale bemi mi jon zero intelligence ke o kwe nini eyuo no gotu asafuri abana boshi si ona michon no kupote ni ji anukwale yem ni ma yueji ani inkeje mini ege mi inle noku inle noku I measure intelligence with wealth ona I measure
okay, the difference is crystal clear. Need and so gemini. I measure intelligence with wealth. I measure intelligence with wealth. Let's go on. The difference is crystal clear.
Intelligence with wealth. She mi yon ya keshi. Nini le yu le moku kandi na kele. She me chen kandi oni nu she pepe. E won ha psychophant ko. Mi chon aba. Ni iba lead me a mi chon a street. Nini e yu agashi. Danso me jobus masie. Many me ka mi chwa obus masie ilage am aging reshi. Ngreshi ni ka me twa de ke ngreshi ewi na me ngreshi e baby ni e ha me shipon be je dan so pe e ha me jon shipon ye ngreshi baby ngreshi je gbe ma design ni me jon afom e wo ke ngreshi yen do ko be je sempe no ni ke ngreshi ke e ha me ne ni ba ke o ke ngreshi twa e wo ngreshi ke bo twa judgment ni 1963 1990 na aka win sempe ni ewo agashi ngreshi bi ko me baba na baba bashika ye dini emi chon abafe abaji yi keni bi shi mi ke omo ye bi poni omo mi gbopo leje mba he itro ye e wa me ni gada keni bi ka plan ni agege afefe ni bi gboyan asue la shi keni bi ka mi so amba sue la shi no first am again la first aba start ni if mi ake mi chon sha me te mo gbe ka ge jata ye mi chon jata wulu mi chon ge mini I call it can be na ha can be mi ake wo ma gbe yi si mi ni da so mi mo go won gbe yi ke gbele lo ke o ba fe mini he wa lo yo ko o ba fe ken wo yi mi ke manu bo ejo o ba ka attract mi chon man to ma alo mi alo o ya ha ma bi ni o lo itun ke plant ke ni bi o wa mi ni ami pa abamo me na chocho ai mi e wa benuji mi chon be o she alo be mi chon o she nu happiness is in the mind
come on. Wisdom is talking. Happiness is in the mind. I mean, first quote, I measure intelligence with wealth. Second quote, happiness is in the mind. Wisdom is talking. The difference is crystal clear. The difference. Choose ye this day whom thou may follow. The difference is crystal clear. Choose ye this day whom thou may follow.
Mi chon ke nke ma fi kru ke de si ko bene mi bene yanu fe no ke ma fi kru ke de si ni je mi no ntai anima ke wa ga si ko fi akrasie na ga dance obosumase ko fi akrasie obosumase aje na ba fole
history
je ni mi chon dynasty start keje wecha ko ji mi chon je ku iba ni kufi akrashi ji money ehwe fe money ke nyete court na win ni anege akwe ni mincho kofi akrashi hwe mi je ni kufi akrashi mami obosuma seje ro weda mincho ajo obosuma mo fe mo je eku pa sha ge sempe ame mincho ame jenwe no na ambayi je mi sigo nini leji age trinity ani ame formbe ni ucho ohe gafen mi chon man kralo ne paramanse lenche eye ko emu agewoko mi chon executive instrument she wa fi traditional council ni number 1 is even illegal ona ni no cho gafen man kralo be je man kralo jiboyi je wa ge mi chon sempe gamashi man kralo ajami o sha fort she me je man kralo jibo ejage lage man kralo ni oyi ono mi no me naga Trinity 3 minimum English ala ta pangaje ke awo manche Jamestown be Sempe ji mankra lo ke anaga Jamestown Trinity si me la ke ganfen e wo ke anukwali ni wo ke fani age nna eto si me naga ji dili ni agbene mi la ke si bo owo ke jela te ke bi okosi Sempe ji compensation ni nete be wo ba wo je fu ye je mi ihe evidence ke fie ka o wie o ba yue with evidence je o ba tlo na bu pe keke ona me yue with evidence si je no ko be court judgment je ni wo ba be yin ke jeje ma ba nya aye ko 10% yin nya aye le ja sana mo yin na aye yin di right 10% ni nya aye ma ba yin ba aye don ni oyu ake no cha age bomo le no ko ni no ba dumo show na ple bomo le no go je asafo bi ko go gada ke langas ke di bi no chon who you are age be o se chon ona je no je anunya e o ka bulobu na chebu ke di bi o la go uska yo ni animal care age si mini ke okay ngboto mi je bo ahun you have Ramsar site o kwa wo lo mi ojugba o tashi no le ni di Ramsar site ni yo we aboma je bo ahun je nfe na abakumo mimi fagbepo na atami ni abi ni agemi ya hon you aboma sha ya kumo ile eku je bo ahun je nfe ka fit musumo ngboto mi je no o we bi ama hon na amepele oye auto jo gbegeri bi e o we bi e je amama hon ìwọ kẹfẹ mi chọn jẹngbẹfẹ obaasi osumo obaya obaasi dansoma cosmo no ototani ke klante no ba cosmo anila komi asuesi gbe mi first down no jini ni makebo chuna ba gbe mi first ni ke nla no ko bibi kekle sai in national security ele agesi agenye nu chumo nye chuone ewa mi chọn amefe kral kembi lo ngweku nyoko lo alo mokoni petem kenwe bi eko ihe na mi chon irreportable ejage nlenu chumo na ga eju ni nke oba chali gale ahun no oyo je botinto mi ni kojo da so di sege ise gbogbo ye cry mi ke mi na bo cry ewo nínú àdúgbò si ni ofi onu pa ni ke bi ko mi chon onye bo ke mi rub shoulders mini shoulders bo wani mi chon o ke mi rub apart from me chon ill gotten money no jini ni kon yen alo mini e wo ka ba duo si ni mi chon o denigrate me kuma mi chon history ke tradition ya jage je store je no le okay dan so je mi chon dan so je ngbajiwo because me te fi oten who can say pe dan so man say pe maba nete na fika ate age danso man se pe bag sky danso ma benye acknowledge je me kuma gbe maba nye fo mi nkra ni ye chele se pe danso otojo se e wa ka nye yue ake fat ya ga mogo she mogo gbe ye cry ma he gbe bo oba wo kana ga o UN kan bi she me na ga no gwa ake ba no but who choose me the wrong me opponent ni fe di iyabu ni ta o call dansoma o call me kotapo ni me an inch polen chenshi iyabu beja o ba gbe wo fe tra no manyaba.
There you have it. Like I said, the difference is crystal clear. The difference is crystal clear. This is how a leader speaks. Once again, Nii Adote side so mo. This is how a leader speaks. When you are a leader, this is how you speak. This is how a leader speaks. So the difference is crystal clear. So ming pabo fight. Ke osumo Nii Otinto Sunday. Mean sumo Sunday. No, I mean, but mean face show ne. Boma de no ke like ni danso ke nukwe. A national security ele. Any IGP nwele. Video akamaji amefe. They've all been made aware. The threat of violence ni eyuele openly esha national security day. IGP awu esha. Now, ije Sempe. Achen last name is Danso. Minewo. Nika Nii Otinto yue no kwe. Minewo. Ne sanima ko. Nima ama yue. Ladies and gentlemen. Mini jino ni judgment teke. Nyani makani. Excuse me. Nyani makani amabu. Like I said, in Kanefe. It's about 49 pages. Makani from the 30th or so page. Mahabu. Ma run through fast. Bona. Cause me ne beke show ni. Koni wanye wakani. You understand what I'm saying? So nyani waboti ani. No ni judgment take koni surely before ni ke judgment take ba achonbu ene iwe bieda. No ni danso you once again. The history is absolutely correct. The history he gave is absolutely correct. Now, ani ngena achonbu. Now, nke chonbu bieda. Biaminimi fe English ala ta Manchester ne nado nke chobo da nado ni Kofi Akrashi ni di kenkle moni je dynasty en shega ye nyonshi mokomie na Afripon leji daughter of Deni ejodumase obusumase excuse me jodumase obusumase. So history ni danso perfectly correct ni. Now neke ni Afripon ne ejobusumase le mi na ajumanku bi ekeje. So nglesi ajumanku bi ameje na Afripon musumi ni Akrashi enga kenkani ji na Afripon le mi na ajumanku bi efeje adanse bi ameje na lankai musumi say you na kan Nii Akrashi na lankai le for adanse bi. So once again, just to let you know again, history and so on perfect. Nando, Ngleshi dynasty, non kang meshi abwe, and a Juman could be ane. So a Juman could be a fe, I'm a fe, I'm a jana Afripon no me. A dansebi, I'm a jana lankai no me. Nii Akrashi the first, say, yen yo nega for ne. Na Afripon, can na lankai. Na lankai, le for dansebi, Solomon say. You understand what I'm saying? Bona, ni Afripon, le efo ajumanku section BFA. So English fe obusumasi liar me English fe. The whole English dynasty, half of English dynasty obusumasi. Because I'm a mami na Afripon. Yeah. So once again, the history lesson delivered by Nii Danso, perfect, spot on. Totomo gobe. Yani wabote ya judgment tell me. Once again, me betting be no. Nobody can buy me. Look, noni me kefi small work. It's small ni fear ko. Noni me ba kefi ame brag or ka me ni be. Me indafe na kan sky. Chicken change ni. Noni me kan me dote mina manya mini wachol allowance for the week. Dote AISS2. September ne dote ya SS2 a allowance for the week no nyege me na 2,000 get 3,000 nyege me dote a allowance for the week imbi dote a SS2 no je a allowance for the week what for na kan bi. All right, judgment and Billy. Now, to Moboni Nkebwe, Nkaneka Jeshiji, Nkabubaya about the 30th page, Bona. Koni wanye wa run through it, if you back a show, say, Boli, Milenche, wa masama nuchumu. So I hate keeping long. Ababa Beleg, back a show, say, Sanima limit till Edima feel 1 hour. Sanima Boni, what can any be a chat tag a. So let's go to the 30th page. You know what? Start reading from there. Now, this is the 30th page. I hope you guys can see it. Manye, by a screen there, no? Okay, good. Now, I want to start KJB. In Kebuake, authority said in this Sempe site fe akolache ruling. Yaudwade crab. Microsoft concession. At fe jeje ekwefe. Then they arrive at a judgment there. So keji ni Sempe feel like noni judge you collect be appeal mo. Ko appeal ni are against the when Supreme Court. Don't come out here threatening people with violence. That is why I'm doing this show. Had Nii Sempe not threatening anybody with violence, we'll be doing a different show tonight. Let's go on. With regards to Jankobli, Akolache J said the co-plaintiff has satisfied me that the village Jankobli and its surrounding lands are exclusively under Alatas II by the settlements which were made by the permission of the Alatas II. Ake Jankobli jame fe ke surrounding areas fe plaintiffs age plaintiffs me ni kasani ete ba me chon ni dan so me ame bomode na me prove ke chon je agelele Jankobli ke shikoji ni kamo fe no Alatas no. The poultry farm was granted by the Sempe stool and under lease to the ADC. Actually, I told a poultry farm le Sempe biano. So jeje no ni Sempe biano Sempe made. No na prove ne na ka ene Sempe mano e ka ene Sempe mano. No na ka ene ala tabiano jeje ka ene ala tabiano. Jeje elo ni bi efe ne gba Sempe gba ala tabi alo gba ni na so dabi e tashi fe ne gba mi aga ene ala tabiano ene Sempe mano. They are known as the area known as freedom is for the Sempe stool. Emphasis mine. Once again, jeje ke na actually freedom jeme fe Sempe biano jeje ka ke dance ni dance ke wokume ame ya na me ya dabi e ke na actually freedom jeme Sempe mano na actually poultry farm jeme Sempe mano shi Jankobli ke shi kuji eni yo here jeme le anya prove ake no ele Alatase no mi. Now let's go on. Again, the evidence of the parties will be viewed through the lenses of the Akolache J's decision as affirmed by the Supreme Court and that of Nii Amano Akwe II and Nii Ayika McLean Supra and the Microsoft concession inquiry. The land in dispute was granted to the C.A. Danso and others in the year 1950 during the pendency of the Yaudwade Crab case. The plaintiffs are the representatives of Emmanuel Kofi Danso, who derived his title from C.A. Danso. Any doubts about the land in dispute was clarified in the following cross-examination. So, once again, in Kebaka, Akolache decision, Nii Sempe che, kwa womi, chekom, Nii Amano Akwe, ke Nii Ayika McLean decision, kwa womi, Microsoft concession inquiry, kwa womi, fe, kwa fe, na ke lela ke, in 1950, biamini Yaudwade Crab case, ya no, Emmanuel Kofi Danso, niji wacha ni danso ne be eni le enana kan be papa ena title from CA danso niji eni ona boni chon CA danso leji moni Kofi Akrashi the second e ke shikpo hale. You understand what I'm saying? So approve ife ye bie jeje ke ko emi oye awobo te cross examination ni te no biamini trial ya no so abomo ko atashi na cross examine le ni through na can cross examination jeje fita ni bia ene kwe ne ke baneke decision ni ekeba. Now, question: in the site plan attached to the statutory declaration exhibit F, the land is situated at Sakaman, Jankobli, Amisagono, and South Oblogo. Is that not so? Moni Abiola Sanye again. Yes, that is so. However, the plaintiff tried to lump the above named areas as Jankobli and surrounding areas in his cross-examination as follows. She neke jame bene fe shukwe plenty fe be niji wacha dan so shukwe jame jame fe ebula John Kobli she cross examination e ba chake both way. The last time you told the court that John Kobli is the same as Dan Soma, do you still stand by that? I said John Kobli and surrounding lands, and I stand by that. Can you explain this statement? John Kobli and surrounding lands consist of John Kobli's Dama, Amisagono, Sakaman, and parts of Tetegu before the bridge. So money answer question. He or she was very, very specific. Ke eche John Kobli e choake Jedan Manfe. Amisagono fe, Sakaman and parts of Tetegu before the bridge. So a chobuake John Kobli Dama, Ekodam, Amisagono. Sakama and parts of Tetegu before the bridge. So a chono was she called a bridge and a pet. Cause a bridge, no, wanona and nakan before the bridge. Nichwage after the bridge, amebu no afitai. Ona boni yo before the bridge. Now, in his cross examination, stated here under the disputed land, defense witness 1 admitted that Dan Somang includes Pakpopora, Amisagono, and Sakama. Now, defense witness 1, legit Sempe Mantse, money akesani against the Shemagabiane Echonse. Legit defense witness 1, Sempe Mantse at the time, legit defense witness 1, Biamini cross examine Ayenekesane now. Come on. Abilesani, does Dan Soma not include Sakamang, Pakpopora, and Amisagono? And in Dan Soma, catch Dan Soma, and Sakamang, Pakpopora. Amisagono bemi lo answer. Dan Soma includes Pakpopora. Eke Dan Soma like Pakpopora fitai. The Pakpopora is actually Sempe name. Yes, Pakpopora Sempe ben. Wafe wali ake Sempe me mina me work Pakpo. Now we normally give it to our first male child. Dan Soma also includes Sakaman. Leno etenone kake de Pakpopora pe. She called ache Dan Soma Sakaman unyemi. Sakama lewe sempe me wo na kangbe wo fe wali ake sempe me ame wo ni saka wale. The Amisagono is also part of Dan Soma. Eke Amisagono lewe efita Dan Soma. So Sempe Mantse at the time agree ake kache Dan Soma Pakpopora fita ye Sakaman fita ye Amisagono fita ye because yele susumomie Pakpo sempe gbeni Sakawe sempe gbeni. You see the land in dispute and the entire settlement called Dan Soman were granted to plaintiffs' family by Jamestown Aladas too, and not Sempe's too. Is that not the case? So I believe minkebuake shikona apelio here. Alatase Jimoni amekeha danso wekue anijena kanlo Sempe Mantse at the time ekadabi je alatase nikeha danso wekue Sempe Mantse at the time a cross examination. Ni ahale sanene yani. Now, finally, in another cross-examination, Sempe Mantse no ba leno a first cross-examination, another one was emphatic that John Kobli is part of Opetek Pakpo lands. Opetek Pakpo I wo miake jeme akama jebiano. So biane na abile sanekwe ya wo miake Opetek Pakpo nuele akama jebiano. Now, from the above evidence, the court is left in no doubt that the land in dispute encompassed John Kobli, Amisagono, Sakaman, with the following issues emerging from the evidence. So, judge ke cross examination ke boni Sempe Mantse jena noni pe ni ebaba conclusion jake John Kobli, Amisagono, Sakaman fe mingba invite mo go try me. From the evidence, the court is left in no doubt that the land in dispute encompass na peli o yefe John Kobli yemi, Amisagono yemi, Sakaman yemi, ke sanjini yo ne ken shipojine no ba kan ye now whether John Kobli and surrounding areas consist of John Kobli, Dama, Amisagono, Sakaman, and parts of Tetegu before the bridge. So again bisani and the kaka John Kobli and the John Kobli yamin lo, Dama yamin lo, Amisagono yamin lo, Sakaman yamin lo, ke Tetegu come before Obashe bridge na. Whether Opetek Pakpo lands include Dan Soma, John Kobli, Dama, Amisagono, Sakaman, ni kaka Opete Pakpo shipon kake opete kpakpo shikon ani dansoma yemilo jankobri yemilo dama yemilo amisagono yemilo sakama yemilo. Whether Jankobri, Dama, Amisagono, Sakama, and parts of the Tegu belongs to Jamestown, Alata, or Sempe or Akumaje. So Jaje Bisanyagbene, Nikawa answer Neke Sanenyo, Sane Gona Saniwa answer and Jankobri, Dama, Amisagono, Sakama, and parts of the Tegue, and in Nakano, Jamestown, Alata Biano, Alo Sempe Biano, Alo Akamaje Biano. Jaje Kano, this Saniwa answer. Now, the issue of Opete Kpakpo lands was determined in the case of Nii Amano Akwe II and Nii Ayikai McLean, 1991, Ghana Law Review 54. In the said case, now, so I chono gwage Opete Kpakpo land say achombu case in 1991. Amano Akwe ni jenyo ke Nii Ayikai McLean sanene na ye no echo Opete Kpakpo land there. The land properly known as Opete Kpakpo was situated at Odoko. It was an action instituted against Akamaje Mantse and a grantee of Akamaje stool by the Sempe Mantse. Nekesanene sanena kete against Akamaje Mantse. Now, in the above case, the Sempe stool described the boundaries of their land as follows. Boni Sempe described Amelande yeneke sinena year 1991. On the north of the Sempe stool land, measuring 200 feet or more or less. On the south, measuring 200 feet. On the east, by the vendor's land or the Sempe stool land, measuring 300 feet more or less. And on the west, by a proposed road, measuring 300 feet more or less. And adjudged by the Ghana Court of Appeal to be the property of the Sempe stool. That portion forming part of the larger size of the land Sempe stool land. So, nano, Jaje, eke neke case in Sempe bi ya na kenje be ameshikona me feel like Opete Kpakpo no me am lencha me ba describe it. 200 neke to the north, 300 neke to the east, 400 neke to the west in Kanefe Ambu. The Akumaje stool, whose land is referred as Opete Kpakpo, is described as stretching from Akumaje. I'm not about describe the Oblogo Road northwards up to Winneba Road and westwards up to Odoko south of the Winneba Road, including the northern parts of Dansoman, but limited by the Oblongo Road. Akama JBA, Amamba Chon, Ameshipon, Kame refer to Opete Kpakpo, Amo no ene John, Kene Agbionagbe. So, like I said, authorities say Sanjiani ni Sempe site fe, Jaji Ekwana can authorities say fe, then they arrive at a decision. Once again, if you disagree with it, appeal it. Take it to the appellate court. Supreme Court. It is worthy to note that the above case was decided after the decision of the Court of Appeal in the Yao Duade Crab case, which set aside the Akolache J decision and decreed ownership of the said land to Sempe stool. And it is not a surprise that it was captured in the description of the land in dispute. It was also decided that the Marco sought concession inquiry. So any I decided after Akolache ni Sempe reference where ya Duade case before now appeal and no a set aside Akolache J decision aside Marco sought concession Marco sought concession inquiry and affair. Fe ekwaneke shikojine fe ewefe inke no fe no ni Sempe site 1960 na akawo Ghanaian types me jeje ewefe ni bia ni Sempe you jeje consider fe so ko kele pan gbe take it to the court. Again, indeed, in their judgment plan published in the Ghanaian Times, once again, Nii Sempe a publisher at Times say me, JJ agree with Nii Sempe. I can let and I can be a mere cafe. I can feel work the Ghanaian Times say me more famous can you. 24th October 1990, intended as exhibit 1D5 Sakaman, Ama Kwantrain Village, Amisagono, Damalate Biokoshi. Memeteland was adjudged as part of Sempe lands. However, the judgment was short-lived as it was overturned by the Supreme Court and the judgment of Akolache J restored. Once again, Nii Adote case set aside Akolache rule here. Once again, 1970, Supreme Court a checking again no fair ni a restore Akolache J judgment onakashi Akolache Nii Sempe Akolache judgment in judge a question. Noni ni Sempe chefe. Authority say ne certificate. Sanjie na yefe. Jeje ekwefe. Let's go on. It is to be noted that the first and third defendants only tendered judgment plans, whilst plaintiff tendered specific site plan of the area in dispute. Jeje first and third defendant. Niji Sempe Mantse at the time. I think third defendant akama aje manche. Second defendant actually Margaret Abbey. If I'm la ahon shipon hale le ne no kone ba. You see, I still have those things in my head. Now, I may make a judgment plan peba. She what an inna soka e won be na memba. Ama make a specific site plan. Yes, she go na me claim waka ama me no. I mean they have a specific site plan. Then I can she go. However, in the absence of a composite plan in this suit, the said judgment plan and Exhibit 2 is the closest description, albeit graphically, of the land in dispute. In the said judgment plan, Jonkobli, Amisagono, Pakpopora, and Makwatre villages are all within the same vicinity, bounded by the Sakumo Lagoon. Na chenefe achono kwa gamefe ame ya ekome Sakumo fa ne boli amefe alo amefa ame boli Sakumo fa amefa ame ya ekome. It can conveniently be described as Jonkobli and surrounding areas, as was done in the Yaudwade Crabs case. Amisagono and Pakpopora are no settlements of villages like Jonkobli, and others were determined in the Mako Salt Concession Inquiry. Describe their surrounding villages. Yaudwade Crab case. Shimon Amisagono Pakpopora and Amele Onyo describe them as settlements or villages. Tumobeni Obanyo described Jonkobli as a settlement and its surrounding areas. In the said inquiry, among the various names of villages or settlements that was mentioned was Jonkobli, and the house built by Amakwantre in the village, who was a prominent surveyor at the time, being consulted by the then Jamestown Alatastu. Jonkobli is a Hausa settlement, which is a corruption of Bonkobri, and its surrounding areas in the judgment map include Pakpopora, Amisagono, Amakwantre village, as they were names not mentioned in the Mako Salt Concession Inquiry, and also the Akolache Jay's judgment. So Jajan Chono Gwake Jonkobli Hausa settlement ni Belenje Bonkobri ke surrounding areas kake map habwe Pakpopora fitai Amisagono fitai Amakwantre village fe fitai Shimo nakem jeme be fe nakem bi ami nekek be ine be bona bi ami na fe Mako Salt Concession Inquiry nekek be jine be she ke okwe map ni a describe map ke Jonkobli and its surrounding areas nekek shipon jine fe yemi mene na wolegbe na cho eko Pakpopora na cho eko Amisagono na cho eko Amakwantre village she bi ami ni no mi afe Mako Salt Concession no mi nekek be ine be jeme fe na cho jeme Jonkobli and its surrounding villages. The said names were indicated in the judgment plan of Sempe within the vicinity of Jonkobli. Pakpopora and Amisagono were sandwiched by Amakwantre village and Jonkobli settlement. It therefore leaves me in no doubt that Jonkobli and surrounding areas include Amisagono, Pakpopora, but excluding Sakama. So Jadenke ke Mako Salt Concession. Once again, Nii Otinto made mention of Mako Salt Concession. Keji ekwana kainono ne ekwa mape ya Mako Salt Concession emie no kokla be neba ebani ejewani ake kake Jonkobli ke surrounding areas Amisagono fitai Pakpopora fitai Shimon Sakamambemi jeje no koni Sempe no ke ani dan so ke wekume dabi eke Shimon Sakama Ebemi. Let's go on. In the Mako Salt Concession Inquiry, Amakwantre area and Jonkobli and surrounding areas were adjudged to belong to Jamestown Alatastu. Mako Salt Concession Inquiry no na che ye Sempe bia press conference me jeje nke wake naka inquiry na ekwa me ka ake Jonkobli ka surrounding areas naka no ake Jamestown Alatastu no mi The Sempe villages bordering the Jankobli on the south is Dama, and Ama Quantre area is Freedom. So I told you, Sempe villages ni a border Jankobli, the south of Jankobli, Dama ke Ama Quantre, na jeme Freedom. Both Dama and Freedom were adjudged to be owned by Sempe Stool in the Yaudwade Crab case and the Marco Sort Concession Inquiry case. So JJ Kake Dama ke Freedom nuele Yaudwade Crab case ke Marco Sort Concession ke ena chole Freedom ke ena chole Dama Sempe bi anomi no ekma danso wekue dabi ke ne Sempe bi ano ke nkwa ne nwe Marco Sort Concession inquiry na affair ke ya dwa no ele enemele ke ma pen kan anyone na wali ake pianele Jamestown wala tabia no jeje ya no ekun egbeguna botwe. However, the court in Nii Amano Akwe II and Nii Ayikai McLean noted that 1.28 square miles of Opetekpakpo land situated at Abose Okain was adjudged in Okain versus Ayikai II, 1946, 12, West African Court of Appeal 31 to belong to Akamajes 2. JJ Esa Echo ni atron 1.28 square miles per ye Opetekpakpo nuela Akamaje biano. The decision was given 20 years before the Court of Appeal decision in Yaudwade Crab case. The description of the Opetekpakpo land was imprecise in the Yaudwade Crab due to the court's refusal to join Akamaje's stool to the case. That notwithstanding, the court found the land was entrusted to the Jamestown stool by two stools, and there was no determination of which of the lands belonged to either of the stool. Now, in the Nii Amano Akwe II and Nii Ayikai McLean, Ghana Law Review 54 CA, the decision went in favor of Akamaje's stool, and declaration of title was decreed in respect of the land described in their counterclaim. The case established the extent of Opetekpakpo lands, which was 1.28 square miles. So once again, Nii Amano Akwe II, Nii Ayikai McLean, ani a describe Akamaje no, amenoni yo Opetekpakpo near 1.28 square miles. I feel it clear. It is worth to know that Alatas 2 was not a party to the above suit, so we will not be able to ascertain which part of Northern Dansoman is considered as part of Opetekpakpo lands, even though from the description in the counterclaim of the first defendant in the above suit, it is limited to the Oblongo Road. Let's move on. Me run the fast, because Diana. However, in the Nii Amano Akwe II and Nii Ayikai McLean, the Akamaje described Opetekpakpo land in their statement of defense as follows. The Akamaje stool was the reputed owner of Opetekpakpo, stretching from the Obongo Road northwards up to the Winneba Road and westwards up to Odoko, south of the Winneba Road, including the northern parts of Dansoman, but limited to the Oblongo Road. Once again, Akamaje be Opetekpakpo Shikpo Ameno Boni Ame describe Lene. The judgment plan which accompanied the above case limited Akamaje lands to north of Oblongo Road, and the lands of the Alata stool is south of the Oblongo Road. So that if Opetekpakpo lands are north of the Oblongo Road, that does not cover Amisagono, Pakpopora, and are within the vicinity of Jonkobli lands and are located per the judgment plan south of Oblongo Road. So once again, Chonone Wani Opetekpakpo lands say Amisagono Bemi. Because I may describe it is north of the Oblongo Road. So she confirmed you're south of the Oblongo Road there. Anya can afita Opetekpakpo ni Akamaje biye bake amamenomi. In the above case, the customary law position was applied was that even though stools may settle on the land, it is the particular stool family, tribe, or individual who had reduced any portion of land into its possession that has the authority to exercise rights over land. In the Akolache J's decision and Marco Sort Concession Inquiry, the same customary principle was applied to adjudge Jankobli and surrounding areas to belong to Jamestown stool. There was no indication that the said areas were reduced into possession by Akamaje's stool or Sempe's stool, and they exercised exclusive rights over them. Once again, the case no Jankobli and the surrounding areas in the Marco Sort Concession, Marco Sort Concession, question maybe a press conference, they made reference to it. JJ consider no ne yu akeke okwanwe Jankobli and surrounding areas Jamestown alatano no kokula be mako sort concession emi ne kake na kenjeme be akamaje alo Sempe biano. Let's go on. Within the vicinity of the Jankobli and surrounding areas, which was adjudged to belong to Sempe, were Dama, Sakaman, which served as some boundaries for Jankobli. Once again, Nakaino ye Jankobli, Popano no achono kwake, no mena ke Sempe mano ji Dama ke Sakaman. The case of Yadote Crab was considered in Nii Adote II versus Nii Adote McLean, and it was acknowledged that the decision of Akolache J. Ajad Latebi Okoshi to belong to Sempe too, and the said land included parts of Opete Kpakpo lands. Once again, Yadote Crab echono gwake ke Akolache J. Akolache Justice Akolache decision chono gwake Latebi Okoshi it belong to Sempe. Kagbene kome boti Opete Kpakpo emi nino Sempe mano. Indeed, the judgment plan attached to the case of Nii Adote II versus Nii Adote McLean did not include Jankobli or Amisagono or Pakpopora. From the judgment plan, the Oblongo Road serves as more or less the boundary between Dansoman Estates and the land of Akumajes too. Dansoman Estate is south of Oblongo Road, so also is Tunga. The plaintiffs and the third defendant were arraigned on Jankobli from the answers in the following cross-examination. Jankobli was founded by Hausa settlers. Is that not so? Answer: no, they were given permission by the English Alata chief to settle there. Once again, it was the English Alata chief who gave them permission to settle there. Now, so you admit that the permission did not come from Nii Kojo Danso the first. Okay, yes. Now, in fact, the people of Jankobli appoints their chiefs. Is that not so? Yes. Only the Muslim community in Jankobli. The Muslim community is called Tunga, and in that area is where the Muslims and their chiefs are settled. But in the other areas of Jankobli, there are other settlers who were given permission by Nii Kojo Danso. The cross-examination of third defendant also revealed the following. So, presently, the people of Jankobli are Hausa settlers. Okay, my lord, the people of Jankobli are not only Hausa settlers. The Gans, in actual fact, mixed tribe, including some of our people. But chief of Jankobli is a Hausa. I'm not aware there is a chief of Jankobli. The only place I know there is Hausa chief at Tuba. The person you refer to as a Hausa chief of Tuba is not a chief, but is a caretaker. Answer: I'm aware Jankobli is part of Opete Kpakpo. Question: the same Jankobli is sometimes referred to as Tunga. Answer: I'm not aware. These Hausa settlers settled on the land with the permission of the chief of Jamestown, not Jamestown Alata. Again, yes, I'm aware. You are also aware that Jamestown stool comprised of Jamestown Alata stool, Jamestown Sempe stool, and Akamaje stool. That is correct. Question: and it was based upon the strength of this fact that the Jamestown stool permitted the Hausa to settle on the land. Again, yes, my lord. In the witness statements of defense witness 1, the following evidence was poignant. The Jamestown stool had under it 3/4 or divisions, namely Alata, Akamaje, and Sempe. The head of Alata Quarter was also the head of Jamestown stool. With the creation of the union, the lands of the 3/4 became jointly owned. Internal disputes led to the disintegration of the union set sometime in 1916. The case of the concession inquiry, number 1120 Accra, Marco Sword concession, popularly referred to as the Wager Sword concession, led to the total collapse of the union. I wish to tender in evidence a copy of the case as exhibit 1D4. In this case, the Jamestown stool represented the 3 component stools of Alata, Sempe, and Akamaje. In this case, Dama, Sakama, and Impuase were held to be Sempe settlements. Jankobli was held to be recognized Jamestown village. Jankobli is also popularly referred to as Tunga. Beyond Jankobli, we have Pakpopora lands, which is the present-day Liberty Down, and which falls under Sempe, emphasis mine. Amaya, next paragraph. Maski pe kome koni watchale bamba. I actually 8. Ko Ghana. I actually 12. So maya shishi gidi. It is also worth noting that no mention was made of Jonkobli and Amisagono in the description of the land of the Akomaje stool in the above case. Neither was Jonkobli Amisagono Pakopora mentioned in above suit as belonging to Akamaji stool. The inference is that Akamaji and surrounding areas, including Amisagono, Pakopora, and Ama Quantrell village, and they were adjudged as Jamestown village. From the searches, from the searches tendered at the trial, there is evidence. We have the law. From the searches tendered at the trial, there is evidence that the land was granted to the father of Emmanuel Kofi Danso, who in turn got it from the father and exercised acts of ownership of the said lands by granting leases to other parties, as evidenced by the searches at Lands Commission. C.A. Danso ni Kofi Akrashini Jenyo keshikpo hale lewu eke bi Emmanuel Kofi Danso lewu ekwano ahun kabata bi ane ni Danso lewu ba echano no ni eni he keje ni Kofi Akrashini Jenyo de searches your Lands Commission afa search your Lands Commission ni e verify na manomia ke leleng eni C.A. Danso ne keshikpo ne ehe ye ni Kofi Akrashidi in suit number L2 Amashibie biane yami kono na Lands Commission no ni we mi enado no ne. Now let's go on. Nyani jena atwa mi 8 ebe so nyama ya maya shishini waka ne keba na agbe ibe waka ne na agbe ibe inkane fen yabo ka osumo ba na I believe I get Saturday ni one the week before in fair show you know anima ya eni jeje e make ni bi ko meye na no bi ene okay no work be okay what should be nya ni work on ya last 3 pages again nye me ba phone no ka what twale bam blank ka work me na ama kan ka je bi all right, page 46 ke yo ye ko no kan ye obanyo gbele in page 46. Now, again, the 3 cases referred to in the Yaduade Crabs case. The case determined ownership of the Gamashi lands on the basis of possession of such lands, and the test which was applied was the time 100 once in the 3 cases, namely Manje Anege Akwe versus Manje Kojua Abebio, Tete Kweku versus Paco Brown, and Hammond versus Abebio. The Supreme Court in the Yaduade Crab consolidated acknowledged the test applied in the above mentioned cases when it said these 3 cases decided that ownership of the land outside of the Jamestown and Ushertown is to be determined not by alleged historical title, by proof that the land was in use and occupation of the subjects of the quarter. Benona use or not can determine ownership of the land there. A J title pe shika te shikono abakwake nama yifa ye shikono no ka te shikono na na ka oshikone me 100 ni yo no 80 ni yo mie sempe me mbeshikon sempe mano so J title epe ka te shikono na na ka o me 50 ye shikone no 50 ni yo shikono 30 ni yo mie akamaje bi ano be akamaje shikoni if it anoi one of the ways na can decide on money. It is therefore to be noted that in any dispute about Gamashi lands, the above named cases provided a test for determination of ownership to the said lands by the various tools in Gamashi. So I get about Gamashi na ye shikpon sande akwa nama bi yo shikpon no pi. Eke fit title here. Eke determine money shikpon le no. In Akola J applying the said test, a judge Jankobli and surrounding areas to be settlements permitted by Alatas too. Hence, they belong to the sets too. the inference is that they are not vacant lands, but lands populated by subjects of Alata stool or quarter. So I feel a specific jankobli the surrounding area say Alata stool amamenomi. Now, the above inference were supported by the Supreme Court in Nii Adote Crab's case when it said at the end of the trial, Akolacha dismissed the claims by the co-plaintiff and co-defendant stools for title and held that the claim by each stool must be provided as to which of the two stools as the predominance of each subjects on the land. Once again, Sempe Mantse a reference as the numbers game. That no nama be fa yeshipono. In effect, Akolacha J's judgment was not determined in respect of vacant lands, but lands occupied by subjects of the stools. So Akolacha justice Akolacha ni mo fe mo cho le u e use na ken principle le no that shipono nama we be fa yeshipono wa. First defendant's own admission in the following cross-examination is pregnant. In page 10, paragraph 4 of Exhibit 1, Jankobli and surrounding lands were adjudged as Jamestown Alata stool lands. So, a very specific, Jankobli ke surrounding area say Alata biano. Jaya Kamaji, J Sempe. Yes, Jankobli was given to Engleshi Alata. This was because they made settlements for Awusa settlers. And they are still on the land till today. Even before Kofi Akrashi, the then English Mantse was installed. So the land is in question has already been given out. So they cannot claim same. Even before Kofi Akrashi, so English alata be a claim. But I admit yake nakanjame English alata kota amameno. From the evidence, the plaintiff could not provide evidence of the grant to his grandfather. Though the denial of the said grant by the defendant implies that he has obligation to prove same. However, the unavailability of the said document should not prevent him from relying on other pieces. Can grant ni what you need and so a grandpa can ni Kofi Akrashi ni jenyo can a grandpa na grante she keji grante be ni no Sempe Mantse at the time ke no you are anu kwale ne but now agbene the burden of proof e bagbe amame no ni amame prove ake no ni what you need and so you are je nakani. And of course they were not able at the same time a judge ke grante la je ni na so ke grante la chale judgment cover ake no la echale nation documents come echale judge ke nye provide na can grant help no echo ake enye rely on other documents. So Jane enye provide the grant and judge work hale dabi judge make sure ake even though enye it's an substantiate with other documents, and that is where the search from the Lands Commission comes in. The search from the Lands Commission prove ake really ni Kofi Akrashi ni je nyo e can shiko ha see a danso. Judge court authority Nike ona grant ona naka no ko ba use other look e ba use other pieces of evidence no ne court na authority no juno ni ona jeme now no judge e ba use search both from the search exhibited once again search it is official search from the Lands Commission. Exhibit DNA 95 DNAN3 Emmanuel Kofi Danso, also known as Nii Danso the First, is a subject of Alata stool as well as custodian of sub-stool of Alata with oversight responsibility over Dansoman as exercise acts of ownership by granting lands in locality of the land in dispute without protest from any other quarter, especially the Sempe quarter. Nichuanke JSH provided Simon and other things we need Emmanuel Kojo Danso niji Nii Danso kenkle le eke shikpo o shikpo ame ko make ko ame ni Sempe me ba challenge aka document ba ni chwanke Emmanuel Kojo Danso niji Nii Danso niji kenkle shikpo ji a claim aka Danso me ano eke ame ni moko protesting against it. Now the inference is that the land is in possession exclusively and exclusive use of alatas too. Judge based on nekenokwe, it can only infer ke leleng nekeshikone alatabiano. Because there has never been a time ni Sempe a protest against ni Kojo Danso ni kashikpo hame. This inference is consistent with the test as applied in the Nii Adote Crab consolidated case. I also added that there was no evidence that Sempe or Akamaje's stool have predominance of their subject in the area and also exercise acts of possession of ownership of the land in dispute. No go be near Chwake at any point in time. And once again, the numbers game to Moboni Sempe Papa Lene if a leader a Yugan Yame press conference here kewo. No go be ni Chwake ke apply numbers game neke area name here Akamaje. Allo Sempe biano. Now, I get come on. Even though Emmanuel Confidence source lease or conveyance was not produced, he was able to demonstrate from the search reports and judgment in his possession his exercise of ownership over the said lands in dispute and title of his grantor. To add to, he was able to demonstrate that he is a chief of the substool of Alatas too, with oversight responsibility over Dansoma, a name which loosely covers the entire Jankobli and its surrounding environs, including the estate. Dansoman was established after the compulsory acquisition of lands of the three stools that constituted the Jamestown Paramountcy in 1968. The fact that Nii Kojo Danso I was installed Manche of Dansoman under the auspices of Alata stool without protest from any of the other stools dovetails into the position of the Alata Manche as dominant stool because Alata Manche is the one who occupies the Jamestown stool. Plaintiffs have not been able to establish their grant of the disputed land from the Jamestown stool. However, if John Cobley and surrounding areas, including settlements, are adjudged to belong to Jamestown, and fourth plaintiff is a subject of the said stool or subdivision of the said stool, then by application of the test in Anege Akwe versus Manche Abebio and the decision in Nii Adote Crab, the land belongs to the Jamestown Alata stool. Once again, look. Instead of issuing threats, instead of issuing threats of violence, trust me, there is a lot of meat here. Nii Sempe, a lawyer's banye yusu. There is a lot of there is a lot of meat here. I'm not a lawyer, but look, there is a lot of meat here for Sempe. There is a lot of meat here for Sempe's too. Nika me na lawyer kwe BNA Bibioni Kane is one of the places ne banye yusu. Don't come and threaten people. Use the law courts. Mingami as a layman, min kane BNA no min kebaka. Look, there is a meat here ni Sempe lawyer banye yusu ke amekete appeal. There is meat here. Meat is right here. Mbenanta. Oshingemfuno. The three aforementioned cases have established the test for determining the ownership of lands in Gamashi. Therefore, Sempe and Akumaje stools cannot extend their ownership of lands to include Pakpopora and Amisagono. In the same vein, the plaintiffs cannot also lay claim to Sakaman, which has also been a Sempe village from the cases referred to above. So again ninda soke will be amenya mekake Sakaman be amamenomi dabi Sakama Sempe bi anoni amenya me Sakama noni fele clear bo onone. From the assessment of the evidence, the court is of the view that just as the Nii Adote Crab's case started as a case involving individuals and metamorphosed into the case of into that of a case between rival stools, this case also started as a case between the family of Emmanuel Danso and two stools suffered transfiguration into battle of stools previously allied to Jamestown stool. The evidence overwhelmingly tilts the ownership of the land in dispute, i.e. Amisagono and Pakpopora, in favor of the Alata stool, whose lands are south of the Omblongo Road. The Sempe stool, from the evidence and judgments, are not owners of the lands within the Jonkobli vicinity, which includes Pakpopora, Ponds, and Amisagono, Rather, they are owners of Sakaman and Dama. Consequently, the action of the fourth plaintiff succeeds, and the court grants relief to the extent that it is Jamestown Alatastu land in possession of Emmanuel Kofi Danso. Nominal damages 5,000 is awarded for trespass, and 10,000 is awarded for cost. Meet yagame. Meet yabie. Inke meet yabie. If you have a good lawyer, meet. Kemo meet yabie. Ne banye church efio. Ne kwake ebanye feno. Meet yabie. Mimi kane sanye bobia. No mi na ke sempe. Nye ya meet fio. Jeje nganoko meet. Take it to the courts. Jena nyani nke nyema ba mi bambani wangwe. Ogaleje. Bote mo miami.
Table se nimba ne di omanye ni ha mi manye ni yeti oba dabushi nuchuo hulu nuchuo ne aje komia mi ni ahabu nuchuo ko ake ochu ni okleji ma wo ni yo ba job ni jo wo femo ni yo pa ni no alo pramane no na abu otwe ni won re ni won no wo ha Osha Fort ju Jamestown ju won no ye gash pon no jele mi na yo boda da ni ngwo no kwake no ni jebu no pasta hi je gidi na ba no call yake ati na ye sane ni sane aye against bo alo aye keshibo ehunye mini ya mla ye here na to le court ya jen ni bo mini o ya file ya appeals court ya file ko ni appeals court o reflect o file aye ke ya Supreme Court kona belemini the highest court of the land na your mla ye ni that is say ye sane e habu ye do badu mushi ni tete ni ta badu sane ko Sempe no mi na mushi ya meyo
Ochon Sempe asin Sempe always ye Alatastu leshishi ba meji Jamestown quarter
yo te fete Sempe ya de Manchester.
That's a very interesting.
Te fete Sempe boy ka wo ga Manchester. No le eni oyomu o le ake jadu le no dumo. Ni Sempe ta flat Nii Otinto mbodo manye wole ake mini paramancy na ha ye ko emu. Eja da se no pe ye paramancy. Gamanche kenglish manche. Enyo abina. Le amenye enyo ne pe ye mini o fa chole LG ALG mini amina LI ona nglish ke gamanche pe no noni Kevin ke hanye flache bola ni ke hanye ko le bomo le che mini sane ye no enye mono ko ni mini sane ye moi no ke chuni ni sane ona ke jele mi na yo ke je bo no mi ka ta hi ka ya je ko jele mi no ke ba mi no kwa ya obi wo che ni a do to tin to ke igbo se ko ya akenya cheche hi pi ni Sempe yo ke bo ake je yen no mi ni ke o ke je me nyo no mi be no a cho de me danso man ni te bo be tu ya ke mi danso
Jeje po you hear me e get name po clearly say something
it's ake amenu mi ke danso man no te fe te o ya mo ko se no ko ya kwa TV no ko ba to o TV ya ni te ti o te mo ko tu mi ya ko ya kwa TV no be na we TV o ka to ko ke TV ya no ya ke no ya je bo no mi ndai danso man jem pa se je ndai je me ke sani na wono mi ni si se ye yo joban mi e ja ke mi ina nduma go dare ampo inni ni ate ba ye manche ni ato great grandfather e ba yasa kwa chenete bene umi imani papa mini kwe kuma to shi manje ni kwe kuma di third no me say ye ojo bang e ko ye shi ni ta ko no no me ya fi o me na pe yo me na ke ya na ya ye jele mi ida na ba no na ba cho blanya bi na ko kranti na ko kakra na ha me tu sidi na no na pla me bele o blanya bi enke ni ye buatu bele te shi ani ita ishia ke botiano you eni ishia yo di taje maisha agbo ni relaxi be ni no ni pla ni lu kwe nya wona adwemo yi nya wona adwemo ni wo ke dwemo atumi ija ke e to oblai e to ni nuchumo be no na ba ye po ewa ni manche me nya me fa ba fe aka o le nya o ma no ko oblai ni na wo nye mo nya ka nya no ni te oblai ni nya me ni ye bi plan bi ane obi na se ka gbo obi ane obi e ba cho me ni America ba ke ni bastard eh because ko beche bastard ni bo bona agonye bura no mo be ni tenye no ni mo no ha na mi no na che ya ni abo bi o ya ke mi no le je ya ni ano le ta won ni ba no le ta e ta se ko ni mi enjoy shia ke bi ibo to ano mi na no ga mi ka me ni te se no ka me ni te ma no na mo iwa e gile o no ken fe mi ga me wa no no wo ka wa no no onu ake bi ni ke je bo no mi ayi sane against ya ko ke do ano file ni ni tete iwi epi no ni makele ti ake ya file ni na ke bi no mo an ma fa
That's all. Akuche, ina ni video ne o posti ni o heading no ma drawing attention surely no mi embo tuwe no se mi money make send me ojuba ni na no ne woni o ka heading no o ka me video no o ka me video no Saturday ina ni yeah ina heading no ka me no shin mbo ni etwe semi mi ne wo boni bo na le sempe nyojibo ni wache Nii Adote Otinto na le boni bo na le bon sempe nyojibo shi ni egbe video egbe no ona ke nche bono ya le je na kaini mi no le na le na
yo ni the thing na o kole fun ke inye me fun wo panel no no mo ajo nye fun gbokegbora na wo ke platform na ji amale na ke create platform anu kwale na ke create wo da na ye na anu kwale campaign over we it doesn't matter whether more petebodio anu kwale ele sani da na eyekuni ni efe no kuni ba lead wo da na but post video because work me can get fena afefe wo be wo ba se she wo monitor no fia no ni ya no no say ake won che work help ni akeba wo ba post po kan bi e be mo fa mo le boni mi hu afa che ke noko ya no na ehi Sempe member wi o shi ke ni bi hu ya no ni kagbe no we mba support odo mi shi that so baja money afache okay check ba fi logo no afila ke moko small Sempe femi Sempe I'm very proud of Sempe ono me shi ko videos ko mekani bi most of the time god dem enje o ni inye makwa ono me shi but when things are not going on well and you have right to speak about it you have to speak about it no like partial movement mba you work next and because ni that bi ane ke ukwe mi no ni ina ke no ni ba efe mi mo ka ro ke mo bo fe ona ndegbe in monitor work na no ni woni monitor work na ji nkeje work na ba fe ni gbe kwa ka ba fe ye wo cha damola cheke wo che Kevin sani ni iba no na mba fe work e ko ni later work e action peace work e she action campaign work ono me si ewo ni agbe no na ke no ni ke shipo na sani babo emba ewo ni nke o amakwe because no mu eleche keje mancheri sani na mi eba fanko na ono si eba fanko na mi na che instead le voice me mpa le fire adesi mpa de woni ni bi amaji cheme wo amekwe ni ke jaje moko ye na me kwe ni ga fe ajo ori mi shi eba reply ko mi in like in a voice hello whatever ori mi shi me in shi no gan me chi je me
Right.
Shi the way you work at na me fe be ku ni ga amakwa no ni ba ya no iwo mi monitor ke shi ekure woche e ba cho work ni no poni intrageshi ikefe gbe ami gecho Manchester ni nepo onu mi shi ni at least bola ke no mu ele ke se go po ni gbele na po mo fi amo na tu if you get be but she work mi na gbe na speech ni afi to mo o preach peace agbene bo no ofutu ni eni oge no ko ni ke na ba ma oge mfutu peace ni bo preach or Onumishi. Because come point Nii Adote Otinto peace you about peace, you about Onumishi. Eko neke what Kevin what Chanaba temple. It's an empire ebote ni tompo Onumishi. He just feel like I feel no more. Neke wala ko more la me you more ni feel fine. Whatever it is they're going to do their more Onumishi. See agbeni o preach peace ni tafache sports and eba. I don't think that is necessary again. Uba yue na ka sponsor ni uga ofe OF work. Onumishi. When ni efe to mo F work na afe is it afe na ba yue sponsor ni alo afe F work. To boni ekote no na ka afe peace work na ya chok campaign work ne. Wo be bia na mini wo game won to wo fe woni agesi mini. Kanoko ba ka afe work aka create the problem low. Na kanoko nyetanu wo ya le ma mi na kanoko to ni mi mo fe boni je you ka ba no okole ofia mo fe mi ye ntwi ni mi le ntwi ni ka Sempe no o de bi ya ke egbe wo che ni o je me dani ba se ye ba wa yi wo papa Nii Adote Otinto ni o je me dani mmanche dani ke egbe dani no ko ba se ye ba wa ni dani no ko ba sa Nii Adote Otinto ye agbe me fe 2000 ye aprapra me fe ya ke no fe no ya no e ba test ya ni ba ko ni ba order yi e ba order onu mi shi e ba order ona ni e fe to mo what me ko me especially inu mo ma chokpa na no because nye ka fia ni to mo nye me na apply me nye me ni una kefin ta shambia ke what lumene no yo mini gbeme gbele lumo alu mini gbeme ona ni taji wo lumo ne ken no company here but you don't deserve akesa no ye lumo
Dabi
because awo lumo ni naka lumo dana ba tag wa keshi ubo oyemena abagbe ome oyemena fi oneke ni oyemo mi kafie a link to me oyemo ni amiwo una ni ntafaje kaji naka poni oyo opolenje kaji naka poni wala keshi mo fe mo ye history onu meshi ya ke numu ni oje me pile history ni if ya keshi a history me pile no me tag all up to now onu meshi no me pick tag last up to now ni kaji oba ni apa na kan ni ke botag mo e ba je bule cho ni fe mo ye manja no sika ke gbe ko tag bo ni oni fe mo e asagbe ni akan tag bo then where are we then won bi o ya keshi wo chemene wo amba me jombo fe na me ya ma me yen me ni keto mo sane ko ba po na ba ko na ba tashi ya ma me yen me ya keshi ba na tuna ba gbebo aba ya tuna ba aba mo krante aba ya tuna aketu aklo tuka wo ma de. What do you love your people? One thing question be I know osumo man bi e osumo man bi e because na ba gbe na kura je Sempe bi pe na ba gbe na ba no na ba mo ene je Sempe bi pe
innocent bystanders
onu mi se na ba ne ni e ka egbe na ba ka ba bi gba ke Sempe ojigbo lo alo jakun maja lo neke ka ba akuken ya But that is it necessary po? Ake for work. Come back for press conference. Famous press conference when I get this is what you do. And then of your press conference over no shit na guy. Sika oko ha fe work no fiam e mean share ni ni agbene ni e a choto chikunza ni can be I don't think it's the right thing ni in no more so e anaka agbe. Onu see because mancha wulujile. Ona mancha wulujile. Como reply ni that's what I'm saying. In that so come it's a very dangerous thing because when I get a plaque, bon share bobe ye. A kele plaque and share bobe ni agbene ke onu ene ni okono ya ikono nu that so ya ke ba do bagbe mi ba do wana bagbe mi first. There's a question mark there no nu ya ke lo lu mu e ko ni ele shipon ni ele ni bi ni ya no ya underground. Onu me shi o kache me no ni bia ne eneme ya no ni tete eyagbe ye wa ni bia ne boni nu ba mo so ke ameka asho ni eje me onyo stop am ka ma me me to bonu wo yo me ame wa me ye me to bonu wo mo yo me wo ka me ne mba o le ni mi ni baba ide wo kwa no ko do ba o mo ne ni ha wo kwa no ko do ba o mo ne yake
boy you agmeshi omo you agmeshi omo ame bo tue you agmeshi omo
ame bo mi tue ni tete you adran ko kan ni wo fear very very careful mo ne ya ke no ni ba e ba fe gbeye ni no ni ba fe ka obu afe na akamuko ye kwa no kwale ka bata bia ne no fe no ni e baba to them back on mi si nye no spon po je ka ba gbe me ye ne shipon po na ka ba gbe shipon ni je ni won ba je wo ke ba shipon ni joda ko kwa ma sasa pe bo awon no ba bo eji wo no ba si wo ya ni mo ko ba ni mo ko ba no po na ba gbe ma ni sa ye ne como ko na wole manche na gazette le na jese na afo gazette mi still adesake dabi woni tete me kemi me mi nje won ni in legacy things like that will happen onu mi si ilake ni bi comme to me ke e ba ha pe akisi me ko me e wale ko ke wa me da ke mi e pete ga manche wa e pete ni ke ko chulwa onu mi si e wo kanoko ya no e ba na full support wo benu ka ke ni te ko choje le giga manche e pe na e ba ke le giga manche ida le benefit ne ba na e je me iya wo ko do ba e si ko yo ko ni nfa kan ma ko yo mi eje ma e nye me ko yo mi eje ma ni mi to ma ke papa nye mi no menche nche manche ni Adote Otinto won pale fa blema ko boni ayo je no di bia na e blema ko bina yo bia ne mo fia mo ye me mo fia mo prepare onu si mo fia mo prepare ewo ka wo me kuma ta ya tale na ma gbogbele ji ko me ni eyan ya ke si oyo mo ko no ba oyu pocket me pa no o ba ni dan so ma bi na ma prepare me ojo ba ko sama me tan se follow na ma pa bo na kan amba prepare me ojo ba wo ke sanye ne me ke ba ne ke ni instead of mo ni aba to gbe papa no ni akobo na pa so fe ka so ba fa me ba fe ne ke onu mi si eyan no oba wie ka ba machine oba na ke one day ko to osin ya je me yi e ke abo me bo ame ba mo no le kopo ya kemi o you no go kan machine e bote mo fa mo to mi
Yeah.
no le ko yi ni ababo e ba mo minisane ene wa bakwa kan anukwale okashenye kan ma se kan wa ya jo wo yi chichame ko na me ba ama me fa me ni akeshi no na me kwa yo anukwala ba ni aba tu me mo ni me agbo ya ga gbele afe ne me fe ahun spoji ne fe mi na fe agapo mi ni afe aga mi ni pota afe aga
We ko.
ahun ne me fe ne kedeke ni ne kedeke mi ni pota nye fe nye aga mi ni pota nye fe nye aga na ni wonye kama mwenye shi agbo nye talo le ujami kenye ekeke ba kama mi ni gabe na bo numo ni o ne kenye sumole ah wo be cheme nje o jeme nye fe yo ba keshi kasa no ko kan put a court ni whatever na kesa ne ke but later on to me fe aba for me alo aba no ni ubanya bi agbegbe na me shishi ame ka me bi ke bale sponsor ne no mo ke ni bi very sensitive wo mi ke fe na ka ne ke sponsor ne ke ni bi I don't go into deep because it's on the money of the akwa na ba tashi ni ake ya na ke me na ke $20 leba because sponsor very sensitive no one is very sensitive ka agbe mo ko punish pon le le ko ba agbe le ka wo mi ya ke gan ni o je me ayala tabi pina anya bi sempe me ay sempe me pina me kana tabi ni agbe ka abana bagidi na lake osima so ko osima chi na mo ya lage bo sempe ojibo alojo sempe ojibo ni dete
Thank you, Anya. That's right. That's right. That's a very big question. How did Sempe ended up under Gamashi? It's a great question. Namongo Maya. Ayabache. Anima bongo.
Bebe
Vana wanui.
Dageda madaboshiki ha igbeno ha woni won wo chon ojomoye gan mo ba mo fe mo de omanye ino JP ko chon shi ni Sempe ba yene jenshi ke afi kome shi ya chano ya obe mu ike ka le mukule ni ba shwani na wa crash ame wonta obi ni Sempe akeshi ina bu tenje ke yo ibeku alo ni jono ya ke lenche fi ake nye make up in mind no neta wo ndani wa nye ma hin sanole no ni bu udenche otawo ota o twinjole alo ota obi shi taflache ni Sempe nshwale ya gembe shwa ke lenche judgment e kan ni chona ni Sempe meni polele ameno ma fele shigbe mu ya kamenyele ankwale ake amenshele gbeye fear breeds violence
Yep.
Gbe mo ke nifite mo ba shegbeye ni ba kani olu elelenche ke le ni kanimo shegbeye ni ba nushi ke nushi seneta we kweta da gbe bi ake ma ba gadangbe blog ese ametwe gbo na menu ni na me fe no ni sa ba ku na no rewo ya ka menu cho lelenche ele left and right no fe wole ake shi amefe edi ameyoni ye ke ta shi ne kan no ba kan ne Kwa dumoshi. Ne you know ne you. Kata flat to mono you all get judgment. No nushi. Choke pa gbe pa mla no na chon. Chuba dumoshi. No wo bege bia min la. Ni ke be ke domo ke ni bi frame oba bo tase. Esa boy. Sempe ben ehwe be. Ni ba binya ya kashi. Ni sempe bane. Ta flat je 2050 Ghana ni ha me le. Sunday say shara kolo. Chide ba akwa shiane ya ma. Akwa shiane ya ma ke mintuji na mukobe ne wo mimpo. Si sempe me nyena me amempin na me na me ni biana. Yo sempe me bia nya ya ke nye tek papa. E ba ka mansion mi ni ena me po awo tijia mi ne yo. Mi nya gbona nya ta o ye ni ba wolo sempe me. Eshe eko ni wo man bi what be what a man sanji. That bring you like to grame. She was a man on the field. Koko sumo sempe no nye sempe here. Oba wa me min la na no na be. Imini no kebaba. Imini no kebaba. No ya no ta wo ta flache eba you akashi ame face set. Na ba somo wo ne ka somo oche. Acha me wo cheme mu sha ma me cheme ti wo. Mon bi e ke wo be bo man ti obe. Mi man no yo. Ne ke asomo man. No ke be ke min la ke min fu ke no momba. Ni chejibo. Nda no batashi ne o to no o to be. Ni sempe. Ta flache. Ye shi ba mi ni sempe. Mi yo fi o ne. Ake o mo won babu no wi aka amo na ba yilo ju gba ne ka ba yile. Ni ke mo ko afani no wa obe no wa crash ame. Ne ka ja yilo ju gba. Ene ji no wo ba look for to e. Ene. Ta flache ni sempe mi no fi o. Ona ni o Brian ko blanta sumo ni sempe sandi. Mina kan nuko shidan. Ya kan le a history. Wa mina ka sumo esani inu mushishi. Shin ameka me sumo esani. O na me sumo esani sumo am back. Na kan sumo na me yoke ha bu ha me ko ba na me na kelele ame sumo kan de mo papa e wa me sumo bu e. Jeni ko te sho awa me be na anu. Na apply na gbe. Ni mi bo ba na ese. Intete. Bengo po wo yu on po na ga se everything o yu o ka bro jo hin ya ga mo nu ka yu e na ko bo tui.
That's right. Yeah.
Se pesco e de me. Se pesco e ma pale se na esa e me tutuntu.
Yeah.
O ka o no ko no to sa no ka fe no ka wa man bi e. Chi e ben ka ma lu e. Kinye ko ne ko ni ba fi ni sa. O pon vie mo na je ngmene sani. Every year I you. Can na le sa o ba sa e. Ka ma le sa o ba sa e. Ka ma le sa o ba sa e. Maybe. No man here. Yo wa tu mo shi no o yue agbo no o ga be ke mi fu ke no ma. No me wo shi je me wo ho he. Wo ho he. Ni sempe. Nta te fa ne boy. Ya no ni.
Frederick B. I'm challenging you. In my English screen there no. No me. Text me your WhatsApp. My trouble. I'll give you the platform. Come and make the case for Sempe. No proof I've been biased. No nin can a judgment tell me a J na kaini. Milencha yan concord in loko. Frederick B. I'll give you whatever time you need tonight. But nobody you has Sempe Frederick B. Nano no me screen no. Text him on me a WhatsApp. My trouble. You understand what I'm saying? I will call you and come and make this case for Sempe. No kage, no ninkande. Intabi and influence. Read the judgment. Bolenche judgment or kane go na. Call need a quick kemo mingwa habu. Call bad judgment go Frederick B. I'll give it to you. You understand what I'm saying? I'll give it to you. I didn't sit here. I tell me down so. My last name is Ashon. No need down so wokubana. A con bottom ego. In ego emi. I'm one city. Njakpo. English yalata. So if you want to make the case for Sempe, no guy, I'm biased there. I'll give it to you. Mabo time back and no nke ba later. Mo fe mo ba nye shimi mabo. Show it will be on YouTube. Mo fe mo ba nye ba kwa later. Go no you. Oshi, bote mom.
So, Obe, you have a time. No, one fellow cook. She can't claim Mangamo go film of Kumbang training. Look more friendly meeting training. Like this a big quote. Get well, honey, a beer cook, any about you, any abacare. I know that for sure. You want you me my touch based on one or two things ni Kenklen if you're I don't know touch based on Sempe school one needs to pay some leeway be a few it's your bank or I'm lalu and Sempe school
Oshi, I don't believe it. You know why? No, I don't even want you to put that out there. I've said I'm Lalo, I can abue you angma wolo. Can Nii Sempe reach out to Lalo e produce na can document there. Koni what domono ni what challenge am Lalo ni what bash am ni what jam no one Nii Sempe na wolo aka ni shia mi ni mama 20 am Lalo e pene. It challenge me, mo film on your Sempe. If Nii Sempe is watching me, if he has officially written to the government, I want him to produce that letter. Produce it.
Listen, Nii Sempe, Osempa, I get allo evidence ni oyo ni try get see ochi obenke am laluwe. I get Sempe school say ni fe ifiti especially don't ma opali say here the meaning we trying ko ni like ko agbedon ko wan obi onko amaka ni wolo ni yo keba.
That's all. I can't do mono ke ma bash John Mahama. Ke wolo ami ni ma bash John Mahama. Ma use some platform wa fe wa ba twa na kan ke wa kan e wolu ani wa fe wa magbele ni wa fe wa kan NDC bi ke John Mahama yo wa ka ma ke kwe ka me ma Nii Sempe emma school Nii Sempe ke achi school ale nema aida me kuma ale nema aloka me gbe na ame now one vote yo do
yeah yo ba ni so aga se ni kenu kwa ba kele no etagbe agbena hu you want to comment you concerning about no if you get like you more or I care like she like you more you be an ga eta ke se ko ni ta flat onyo wo ko be no Nii Sempe no ni make bo peji bi se ba ko do fun you no make bo peji ake e se ko ni ta flat ka onye ma hie yo mo ko me na you ni said okay ni gbese o ka ba no agbedan we ne o ba o ka ba no dabi e se ko ni ona ke si ni da so eje na e ke se bo be e sa ke so la kan level ni agbedan we se ko ni ajeri bi ami ni ji English alatabi ye ni aba chon he ni English alatabi ni je e se ko na kan jen Gani when we're trying, but then we try gan. Na try kataman so wo. English ala tabi ye. Alo James Tankota. Onimishi. Amezi meni unwa. True ni yansi me. Na ko plenty. Na try plenty. Na ga win war. Mini when we're trying. English alata nye paramount ni tafache bobeko ona no won edemene ahye ko ni sana kpara ka yuma wiemu at a court aha judgment onye copy tafache Sempe I need the lawyer baba again Professor Alofi eje Sempe the whole NASA Africa na bofin the whole NASA Jimeje Sempe produce great medicine yesuko ne no je Ghana pe ye jeleb na ko samwa na fe mathematics Sempe no I need the lawyer jeme tafache ka judgment ro no kan ye teme ka tashi on boye me pi no wa yo cham na baba na ba judgment ni aha bodo ban no le ke na kebu ke ngan wo ni yo ka ke habo e ka go ne ka Obama njaro no ba wie ke unde bi no ba wie ha ake Sempe Mantse yo mo e ko me no yo ni e ba ngbe no ni wo sumo no wa nu o e don no wa ba manjaro no ba wie da ka yo mo don e ba ngbe no kra because dia na ada ke e ko ari tafache o feel like a show o ye me alo o ye ni bi ye tuamni o le ni mo ko yo Onani mo go yo. Egbra bo onye AK-47 ye. Mo ko ye grenade. Egbra oye pump action can BP. Mo go ye pump action. Mo ko ye grenade. No late. Because only mo ko bamni. No le mo ko anye fe. Do abano. Ande safo. Kaba yele ka yumo do. Eben gba no kaba yedo. Because the more no you are like you the more no honey me fu ni the more no honey me o le ni mo ko wa ye fe e ko bo to and I say no late I get no feel like yo more ye far no you cry no one table o fa na ka you mo kwa we do o fa na kuma judgment tell me no le you me ke o kan de ko ani ni le lawyer aka ni habo o ye lawyers ana me kan na gbla mi ke habo o jogban no na be ni wo lo sika mo yo ha ke me ko yo afi mo ye mi ga te yue e ke Supreme Court e je be nje se ntere ni fanya wo ni wo ye ni ganya e kuni ya Supreme Court e je be ame e je me Supreme Court ga se ame e je me lu lo ya ame e je me wa ni aje me bisa ni ye ama cha se ko na kwa mi lo na ka ji be ni sika mo yo ha ndete iwe pi don no
Eshe, nyani watwa menye nyokomeni ame texta kamba sumoni ame yue keke wabaye wa final words keke wagmei yame 1 second. Hello, Anyemi.
Yeah, today is fine.
What room of an ojai? I want way.
Fine, I'm begging you.
Eshe.
No, me ji. Nto ani gelu komi afieshi mo fẹ́ mo ni gbo tu e mo fẹ́ mo ni your platform ni. Ko wo bi no ke tun ni platform ni. Ame tashi ni ame susu, ame tashi na me dwen. Kuni ame na yumo ni ya yue. Yumo ya yue je yumo. Me no babu sani ko. Nii Sempe Mantse legi mo ni yo. Je ni takite kuchu. Je legi mo ni yo Mantse. Ni gine ni cash ni susu ani bia. Nke ni gbese Mantse legi mo ni yo.
Ocho Nii Sempe. Nii Sempe sano you fine a line break in 1 second.
Yeah. Money you get one you no you to bani
Ocho Nii Sempe. Ocho Nii Sempe sano you.
Nii Sempe ni Sempe Mantse.
If I ne ko jeshishi. Panele ko jeshishi no you eko. Na me no bo.
Yeah. Fine menue.
Ame bobotu ame ko you ojogba na ame bobotu. So ya no.
Minto ni ame fe ame bulu mo ni ya yetu. Yumo ni iyo shi. Mantse na yo na ke Mantse na yo Nii Adote Otinto, le di moni yoga manche, mi keni. Ni fini tashi, ni dwan, ali mi suswai, ni kwa. Ake yumo ni yuo, ni aye, yumo ku. Wani bua yumo ni yuo tu. Ni bese, ni Sempe, le di moni ni game fe. Uchi wona tu, shige. Keni bi, na akeki, ike, ibana, ni di nyeshi shamye ni game, hano ku. E fila ke, ni teko chulitano. If I used to meet up with you, it gets fairly. I get fairly. If I don't know it,
one way, one bubble to you.
if you like it, if I used to meet up with you, it gets fairly BP. Nello, a used to meet up with you, can fairly BP. Well, you only war, dear, you look at a cuni war. You only war to get a Comancheni meet up with you. Ni Sempe useful. Can say in fail. You only war. You only war in the only war because bo ni Sempe onye former ni wa yule ma ni adama se oli oyamina tole o se apuna tele le keje mo da bo nyi ni ne gele o fowe because onani ihabo na kan chance iwo o fowe so to awo muku ni mo babu cha wo ni tani tegu tule ni fenu ni ni gbese ba pe ni ge tun
Ni Sempe,
ni Sempe ba tun le ni ge tun na the same time na we je mi te na last time na bi no le na ni Sempe me abu ko no fenu mo ano ko je fe te mo ke ba ga kumbusha ke mo ga mi ke mali nyai ke mo ga mi ke mali amekumu je bien les Sempe ni Sempe le mu telegraphe ni kedi le mu telegraphe ni bi ni se ni otabu yesi nge wa yi na hayu mo ji ko na le la ga mi ke ni ai le telegraphe
right
ni bi
right
no na le ya no fe and come ni ko bu mi I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm saying too
right
because in the running ya ike bulu gan gamanche di ba na yeso
that's right
je ni te gutu
right is it
it's more you
that's right
we are going to feel she
all
we
right
open the leg o bi anu bomode ni ami genu ni wo
right is it
e ya
all
no
right we right on all right now we'll try next person. Hello, Nii. Yeah, over no jai pa.
Yo, chama mimba manye, miha manye. Evanke, ni aminje mo, ke mo shishi chomo, ke ni amingbla mo. Eba anu da, one day, mi bagle ojoba. Eja ke tafla checheme ni esana mebua wana na mebua ni biana. Amemo nene ka wakwe amemo amengbe ni bi. Ni taflache ma ni wole me akeba to man me ko me ba ni gbo eji ami isene ni inche ni mi na wie ko akeshi sakumo chonshi te be ma mi je si mami me originally fanteme eji ami na me ba to jen amete tajie ate eko swati aka ye no ko na atole ko to fai leke kuto faine saka gahiwale kumi nika mabiake alehini yolo alehini kuto fae yolo meni mene kule ni wabagla ni ame ni wabacha make boyji ame kenu ko yeliba ni wabake boyji ame hiele keni ne lakano ni kule heko ne ko ye heko e wakaji taflache be ko ehye ni boypo wakame fefe kumi na mewa na kata na wini ne adane mene niyele baiwo abagble ni bi amina to amesisi wo se wona lojoba maba edi wo hileke bojo ko nyami po ye no nyami le akeshi egabo fe de ni egabo deche kanu ko yeli ba ko be bagble ni ne kebo akeshi je chapoji eche ye be no che wo bogbe ya be no che e wo bogbe e dwe kanu de du opole nche e vacancy e mami e da ke ko ye nyami no ke onyami ejo che bi ni no che wo legbe medo onyami ojo o mami e hie no mama wo ba wo dago wo mami agba de ka fole tafla che wo fe wo hinhia ke game ke dan so manjo ke le kan ji wo fe wo ba ni na che me hisi fe fo ni mene ba se wo no ma ba mene wo gbe o ni bi ami wo chon ni bi ami wo chon ni bi a ncho e da fo na ke ko gbe hia wo ba gbonyo wi ano egole ni bo mo ni o chon ni bi ami na le che egole ka botemi odogba po le che egole ni pobu eje boni stop it egole ni pobu eje boni ko wo ba ta fai Nika amenria amele ayese to me remoy na ya gbo na remoy na bele be na be ba ya ha ni tapla che wo me ni wo kase o ni wo kase lo do ba alo keji me ni bo to ehun na me le aketa fla che wo ehun ni lo ni gbin lo eji ame ni ka me ri e ason den ri mo ba shi bi en ri epi
Watch one more person. Get what wrap up. Actual 9.
Nika tena mimbo mwenye.
Manya bla waya nyemi. Oja
Ninga mofemo e pama.
Mofemo elibo.
Yale. Nye monele nyumo e pei kenke wo wa. Yemo e pei wa denche. Gishi nibi ni jiofo. Nibi na me fio. Gishi kon denche chale. Ho jing mene. Dan soma. Yale koshikon lekete o ganyo. Wo e habo. To ashing mene ka ke danso ma polki mo po ya ke danso na chodiga mene amen gbele ni bi ami won na ni bi na me ti o last caller ni ba ye e joju ba na me ame fi o na me have we can be one differences ni pe ko ne ho e ka ke danso ma o dwen twi dia na we can be e ba na le age be me na me ye ga me ji am join shani ke ya ke na ka shani ke distinction e o e ba she ko ni na den che ke ko na yan Sempe ko mi eje ba ho yen ke so to we ai ko ni san o shi Sempe shi mo no yo flicky sana o fin to akpa na kamburu ani e nye fe nye ko no ti to le yen wa no e fi o no le fi o o pe yin ji wo ka pa ale bo bulu asabla no ha pa keke chon suban ya no ko wa wo gbe tutuma yese e pa le yen wa ke mo yen wa kra e wa to mo te ya ga ni bi na fi o ke ni bi sho ba create problem e ha bu kan bi ni o se ora be ni chon be mi ni wa ya school o ke tree me fe futu wole ga tree o me fe wa yoga because I remember school ga shmon o fe wa yoga ni o yen fa na na gbana wa fe ne ke teacher ten WhatsApp platform na then I gbana no ga chale we bi asma tree bi ja me fe wa yoga macha kama ywe ga na ke ba ke me tree yo ye what that well let make differences na no me pa na kan na me fi o insha tinto no me fa achi mafia say amena me kla me na ji na kan no e wa ba Tano Manyawa.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. Always say be Sunday. Man over me. Actually, I let you now go below. Who is a gun? Namoji gun. No, in Namoji gun for Mobi. I mean, it is evidently clear. Okay, the people of Gan or Gan people. You cannot say, okay, we are a monolithic group. I think, hey, Prof.
Question any asande bu ebie no ko be na anya
Prof over no jai pan over anyone way.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Can have book or panel.
Thank you, Prof.
But me only in position.
I know.
Concerning the can Nina the can Sanjineri and no PPA.
Right.
She in a way I think I guess some bacon where in sendable video concerning the can Sempe Mantse.
That's right.
Ni nonimi Tony Mano Onoli Akeshak. I believe Akeshi today is going to be a beginning of a series that you would like to do on Nii Adote Otinto. In the sense Akeshi Budencha Ultra Lord Come video over and over and over and over. Lord comedian challenge have a key Akeshi none me na ayo Sempe neke gamanche bisani efe money dumometri ji Nii Adote Otinto. No ni ahabu key. Why don't we zoom our lens on him? Mini G role ne a player because on last caller we actually there are so many things. Moko we actually Mantse na your money your Mantse they can say here no why don't for once what zoom near on le because they Anthony Fet money are jelly near me no not jelly be me. Why don't we also zoom our lens on the person that Nii Adote legit operations manager.
Right.
Honestly, that one were a group, you know, na kashi mukume ye mi na ka money or me legit operations. No fear na fear of legit money fear no fear no. Well, why don't we zoom our lens on him?
Right.
Koni ngokwa kashi mini wona Adote legit operations manager. Mini jino ne fear.
Right.
Because bunch go video to several times and the care abano. It will be no school now for in changa and in normal.
That's right.
Now I see mukume bi egbon mukuma wo mukume bi money bile le no legitimately e ka ha mene.
That's right.
Money je bile lete ka for no when you are legitimate libi komeni ofe.
That's right.
Because o like legitimate no na feel no legitimately. Sike ni eje bono legitimately okay pata pafi oni. Koni onyo na naka legitimacy. No based on the being it happen mbotwe that I tell you and be ni chwa kete ofori na ache mekumagbe. No it tells you actually this guy is a problem. So let's focus our lens on him henceforth. Because kesempe gabajo ebajele.
Right. Right.
Honestly,
I agree.
no. What begin out of curiosity? Jenny, you are not on team A or on team B. See, kiko.
Right.
No na kakia na hawo. It was like adushka. Follow the money. No, when you are following the money, you ban na extra pete. No kaya kiko. What follow the kakia? When one year na kakia se. Where the key is going to lead us to.
I agree.
No ni pema you ejakesi. I'll be very impressed. I can see, okay, okay, issue near, but all I can see, I don't want to have a discussion with them because the two families that are involved, I'm associated with them.
That's right.
No, I don't want to do that. But anyway, I'm taking this opportunity. Thank you so much. I can see maybe in the coming days we will learn more about it.
They are listening. So,
okay, all right. Okay, all right.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye. Chata.
Yeah, tell you the good Sempe.
Yeah.
Over briefly, 2 minutes hour. What Jane and work me.
You are not care so I'm here, but then we begin ban.
Right.
That's all. All go back there. They we no go akashi. Nii Sempe Mantse.
Right.
If you akashi ta obla mi entra be so they track Calvin be puppet ni.
Yeah, that's
Nii Sempe ho se ni le yo after mawie ne eja akashi katoro ni kola na ewie ha ni domotation ke oba kwa domi fa se yes Sempe no mi e wo beni a chairman attack many basabasa fe mo baden fiwe when you want na ke nigga ko na ne to na tegen na stop one time
Need that.
beko it's here e abaya mi mala te no go yete mini ya fo wo foko mini je wo cheko e ja ke wo ye ni gbese chichi over there
that's right.
Yeah, I'm against Shipong. Me Shikaya Mukode.
Right.
Me Beni in la can wole. Can't you believe we and jail la can but I don't show Udwem. Don't find again come and amen. We look like a lot there be a one day can come means difference your mean. Ni nigga quen and the don't fast it. Ni one a be you. Ni one white you are not plow. I draw. Best only ni mashi. I draw here. Glasses frank and it be Kabashin name Mokomoko take over. Nkadole luo na ba bi wa kesi out. Imbi Tebaleke. Chimi Kabwake 1957 year about attacking me. No for inch boy for me la lining one. God the day gamanche fat. Na find me. But on an into one. Ikaleka wo di ne fe eto.
Yeah.
Akasi bebo niga oya wale. Ye jeme. She aka bese ma eje be pete ni le hu e ba chigi ese na ba enomi na ba defend o de la ba chiminta ni ma wi akeke ni ni ndoko papa ko e ba jepo ye ndoko e din la de ma mi e no la ba ga gameji wo so wo ke ba lo nyambo wo hie na gba be me wo wa mete ye jeme ni America approach simba America proposal simba Kenya ba wa ni waka wo he abo ame wo se ne ka sho awo e da ke wo no no ba na wo ka ble magba no acha no no ba na ji gameji wo
that's right
ni ka wo nche wo no pa fo wo da ta fla che ka o ke hin bo alo ya fo mo ni ba mo mi e la ji mo do kele ba ya wo ma nke wi mo ka ati don fa se na nya ba la te ben to de no ko la ba wi ake puppet ko ya ho ko be puppet tuni
that's right
kade la kan ye ba gba mi kade la kan ye be won ma re homo wo ni ho isa chi ye aba you wa ko apply no men fe wo check no ho aba afine wo ho ba wa afine le mfe ake na fla che sumo ni asuola shi na ayi omokobi wo be homo wo tam no wo ye wo ka wo ye afine ni wo sa afi wo ye ba gbe ne be keke be ba me ko yo,
right.
Nii Adote. Nii Adote. Ofa na kemo watch ni yue ake. Ibane ba yue. Won pale fai wo pale bili fai, on pale wala fai. Mone to le mancha ke ko na ne ba fa se je manche. No ke je manche ni mo, je ma wojin. Ba ni ese ke ba je ni amba chu no na sana chu. Je manche ni mi panye fai agwoko le manche le we manche ke takashi ke MPP je manche ni. Come, let's call a spade and spade. What pa we malemo. To wa ke on ta wo sa dan ni amale apa e ko ni. Bobu je manche ni. Ta flache. Beke bi oji ni won ke na for sanshi. No ni le na ke to se ni ake anukwale e ko mepe. Je manche ni. Ni ka bobo manche anye kita no kan na ye woni ke bo kan kita. Awobo manche. Je mokushia je mokusatu no. Ke da kuma. Manche amugia na awoye. Na foto asho na nihi. Ni oke bese kan kita. Ni manfena no ta sen no. Je mokushia for 2 years. No, let's make that clear to everybody. Ni wakwana ka mali ani wa mali over here. Ni ka back niga. Na uji niga. Manche ako mepe. Leti kintaki ni adama lake. Na chwe hinin 3 days. Nii Adote Otinto. Leti kintaki adama lake. Ni 3 days na chwe ni le. Nii Adote Otinto emieni. Because of nipi ni kefe wo. Dia ne ebo ablo. Kumo wakala ka bokoi. Wada femena alaka. Ni wohi bele. Manche ko bete. Manche ke de shwe game no na fe ku awule. Ya manche ke de shwe game ni manche ni bi nye ho we epene sana shwe game. Beni shwe nye ashi mo. Beni shwe se nye ashi. Ekeke se bo nye be nye nushishi. Beni nye flat nye buna nkoto ni nye bo ni bi shwe nye nushishi. Ekeke ni shi aye. Nye no di aye. Ye shi aye nye di aye. No manche ni te komete wo pe manche no. Manche le di kintaki ni adamalache. Kupira.
Thank you. Akuje, over an hour no.
Yo Nii Adote. Iwa don wache eba yue wa. Wona ke yomo kube na ba yue. Ndi te bola ke ni aye wa ke babaro ke won teji bo o wa jo wa.
That's right.
Oda ke yomo je ko me ona ke won gba standing nke bo ne ke ni bi ne before. Odoweshi. And it is clear. It is clear. Odoweshi. Washi neke gaba Manchester nenepo ni woba dansoma ke watch Nii Adote Otinto because everything that is happening whatever is around the corner or more no ba ni inageshi ke ata fi shakwalo ata afite ni bi na ka ke chon mo mi ni akefio ni bi ane bi benke August no wa buti preparation mo from Africa preparation ke ale mo ni ba fi ni ba yo mo ke ni bi won ba sumo ni o fe preparation ke o ayo mo no ano onu meshi ni the way ni na ni na kan ji bo ni noko yano ye gan mi agbene ya ke shimi ni because of a speech ko ni watch Nii Adote Otinto eba ha well everybody will get ready for that orubishi to boni watch wala ke shi bia ne ni bi nje boni ni dan so ba wi ne ya ke bun spo na ka je me na cho bo ahon ho eko ona ka bo plan ke shi Nii Adote Otinto be bo ahon na ka je me eko ona wo ke ba na ka gbene re se ko be me ne ba je me ne du na po me ne ba je me ne du na po ona ni ke okwe ni dan so ye mo na yu abi jemo go no wa ke me na gbe se mo ye ya lo ora o kana ka prete ba we gbe because le unu dile oda le unu dile ni le we feel like she bono feel like o ye me le we kule ye me na kai odu be she she ya ke le no ne yo me ano ne yo di le pe taje me o na bonu nchon she ke abale na ka mini be o ba gbegbe wo ye o ba gbegbe wo ye lo ni cheme ni yo je fe ame ni chame le akeshi ke egbe esa me ino ye
Yeah.
bekena akama abuko amenyo akama abuko arena muna wa me gloves wo ko emo ona ni
Yeah.
amenyo awa me gloves na akama buko ring game ni wo ko ona shi ameden chamele ake ni eke egbe neke je ame esa me bi kopo yi ya ke shi amena ba plot ni na ba aba fe na ni ame prepare ke ame beef ame wa me beef mo ame speak ame beef tani pon ba go ai la ke ni anya afia nya afie una wo si bebe bunu afie ni we are na prabo we are na pa we are gbo alo ko ye no domo no to afie ni no domo innocent people ate ni ka twatu e ka le no ne aso ye ni agbemo control lo cheme won pa je fai won pa je fai wa adenche won pa je fai ya ke mi papa ro ni tashe no ni na ye ko yo mi ke ba nke ko yo mi je ma mi ke nye nuko mi ke nye nuko ka wo ko na yi afi na omo na ba ye ke je ngesha la taka gbegbe ko mi nke ba fi gbe ya ke si ye dun si ye wo le ni bi ni me prepare ame
Yeah.
onu si ni bia na ene mi to ni e ache me fe ade akeji como se ni wota mo ko tan si no ba ko eno ko keke just like that be ba si aboye blame bia me je no ji bia na yi bia ne ko ofeto mo o ya ko mo ko no ka me te me dwa me mo ame como amanya me kon kanya wo ku fe nle o akọ mo ko ni keke
That's right. That's right.
akọ mo ko ni keke no ba yo e free ya ke gbeke bia na me ba you tell na ba apu mo you tell na me ba ametu blame anyi me ko mani ka wa me gbe mama o to me ja bi je na ka wo yo bia na bia na ko ba cha o ba plan ko mo pa ko ba dum gbo na mo ba plan le ya ke ko plan le o expose o abanya wo bomo ko plan le alo gbele o expose o big time nínú agbẹnẹ ọbú púpọ̀ náà fi ọmọ ìdí mẹ́lẹ́ mi níbi ẹ bá gbọ́ kárí àfẹ́ kẹ ọ̀nà fíànù náà ó mọ̀ tẹ́ náà ẹ bá damage pọ̀.
That's right.
Because nobody is going to respect you again.
Yeah.
You become a murderer. Ó tó gbọmọ gbé lọ. Ó mẹ náà náà mẹ it's a trap wọ́n tẹ́ mẹ mẹ gánà nǹkan kẹ mi ẹ trap dé mi má trap tó bọ́ ní amẹ́ mi ni mi ẹ gan. Oh I can set my maybe me ní tìmẹ̀ jẹ̀yìn lẹ́ndé tí ní nǹkan àṣẹ gan. And it's a trap.
That's right.
Nje ko me pa aye me ni be no na me trap jam.
Yeah.
Ko ta me. No ko ba so ko fo fe ko akabo gbe na.
Yeah. Yeah.
O ba so ya ti kata bro o ba go ya ji.
That's right. Is it?
Ko je la fe ko na so aso yes na kan. Je la fe ko na ata na kan.
Yeah.
O chamo pa le fa ni fi onye brother ka fe ni ngbo kemba. Ala ka fe ni fila ka be ni o blema. Mo ko to mo Nii Adote Otinto ba ni na le fe je na kan na le e da kemba. Numo o da kemba o gbodo kemba. Ni ka jọ kẹkọ ogbono ṣẹkọ many years ba nyo se do dabi ka jọ kẹkọ ogbo ke ṣẹkọ many years ba nyo se so dabi nche mi nke bonoko mark mo word ne ko ko na bere japa mi na ma fo mi pa ke si ye no gbo ke se pa je wo po e na ke mo ko nkro aba na mi ko ba bo nto a ko pa fai Pafai. Ni danso bo na kano won pafai. Nindi e ka afi to mo meni fonyo mo bo ahun neke bo afi neke wo pafai. Ka fi na ka be fula na ato na ato fula no na egbo be awule fula mi mo mo.
That's right.
Won pafai me kuma bi nye ni amele ko yi. So sumo no ko ba afeta no won pafai.
Nakai.
Twa no manye bra ofe.
Yeah. Abache.
Yeah. Upon a noise in the background there.
Chat I don't know.
That mean
Dabi noise, baby. Dabi inu noise. You are good.
Course is clear. Okay. Nde you are don. Ma funo kuku. Eja ke taflache wache ni ba yue pano je paparo mo ba yue before le. Sani enenu shia keshi. Gamanche komito ope. Ni leno be ko me ba yue keshi. Bako eba na anukwale oko na anukwale minu ocho mu konklon ni ga ko na anukwale no na keshi mo na chon je le jika manche atole kanga atole po atokole bedu me fita sentu emi eko ewo ke o chele ni ga be ni ga den che minu to kele ko na anukwale be je anukwale mo onyo ye one side no ye one side eba yue dan ni eka yolo ko he ko mie be ka ba yue mo ko he wo mie be yue man kwale e mo no to le ni gata flat atokole isumoni ta flat ma ko yin shika atomo ye gbe papa no kem de nche mo konkun e mo ni atole mi no ko le ka to bi e wo ya na kan anu kwale ko mi to pe e wo ko la keshi o he ko mie be yo gbe no ta ni wo fi o won po gan e anu kwale pe o ga tu woni e ko ba no se asif mene wo na ke wo mene ke ka ba ta flache o sa ne no wa gba ni mo nye eche nye me enyo ni che kome ni mo kome che le je che ni le che sa ne yu o e ne nwe na ne ke musun sha yu o ko ke musun tra yu na ka sa ne ka to ni ga e ka to ni ga e no ta be no to ko ni ga o fa de wa de nche e next time bule ni ga ha bi an ke ha bu nke ha bụ ofe bomohie do Kelvin ye gamate kokoko ko nye no le na kan egbe ni aketo le ka ate ni ga le next time me nche na ke bo sumo ndade ofa eno chan
Aileje power
the if you get a very automation.
Yeah.
Any I guess many and what we feel like I see any yes I believe in the about automation. In the about well, I can see that be actually I mean I can see me turning Agbomokwami again. Hello, Polly.
Yeah.
I mean, Polly, you know about it.
Anukwale, no, you are, yeah, I know that for a fact. Yes.
That because I'm a message that be an Agbo again. Hello,
Anukwale Pepe, you are.
No, ani lume ni yo je fe ali ageshi. Yedi ni e shagbene, ame palumu. Orimishi, ame palumu. Because yedi ni e shagbene, ido aba. Because ka ata akpata wo yin, what tensi na akpata wo yin don. Tutu ko da show me ko agbe, bi ara se me gbe don. What me she? I say me be don not in Germany you are sika o ye tu yo tu mi mo ko nye grenade ya tu. Oh no sisi.
Yeah.
No abe po tu de bana ma talu mo again. Abe talu mo. Abe talu mo because ke aboy na ni aba. Ke aboy na na aba. Me ka nanga jam. O poli me ka di bi na face. Aba tia me. Aba tia me. No any ni sha gbere. Abe talu mo ni ka ba yu. Abe don't dollar yu mo. Because they are shame go go don. Bani se ko Kevin was chene you test na you aka si ka nu jile le because say nu pele ka ba gbene elumo daga taje elumo Kevin lumo daga taje ka nu jile ka ba gbene le du shi je sa gbene no ka ni ba no nye you e ka la dinta bo mo no ba you e ka gbene be to abi ba woni ko ba to ka ta dinta no atela dinta atela Kevin ko nye Kevin be ka ba you Come on, you because none of you are where me again. Now I just to press ya me. What time $20? Where me a holosi? Where me any holosi? Every day me a 12 and I'm a few and I get no more tell about the mabu. Yeah, I'm a first study and I'm a first study and then me over course for the right way. Oh, you $12, Jomo, oh, you don't want to get $12 baba. You want to get no baba. Yeah, you want to get no baba. No, back to see, I got mano. Oh, no, go yo. I'm a first study. E fere lumo ko yo ngene ngel tare ni abo di ko study ya jeme ni fi study lumo fere lumo ko ni fi study enye yo because beni ke nye ke gan si yo nye gbawo na the more nye the gba gan tree na nye gbawo ti ame ko tree na la kai the gbawo ti ame ko tree na ni be sa agbere ke nye jinye o ba to na ke si je yi jinye ke le lu ari yenye se ni ta ke woni ba ye ko le ke wona ke sta be ka che ni ka go be ko ni ndo ni ala word straight e ko che ni ka go don ke nye che ke ni kwa ye don ngbe.
Thank you guys. Mo fẹ́ mo iradon chemega nyeme minda nyeshiwa ake okobe ni wo gbagme ne sandene. I think ake what ka Ghana go je chelebo mo English ala tabi I think I'm about for a press conference or so. Oba kwa ke wo oba cover bi lokeji in a video and oba kwa ni bi ko me ni yo mkeke what you if I'm not mistaken I think it is tomorrow. Shatta Drake one about for press conference Shatta Drake what do for any about press conference nyani Shatta Drake answer ni what na I think it's tomorrow. Shatta Drake oh right anyways but mofemo enjoy the rest of your night minda mofemo shi wo mu na bia oshi o ba no we go
I pia wo te nu e palu mo je tata nyongunu ju ni je e tete lulu e ni yo na me ti osam yo de tati ne lulu lan kata je no akala ka palu mo je mi e tete me ke bu kata ne yo ne e teje e tari Gana ka ru ka ne se lulu so yo je ngale ke na lo ka so na mi ka mi yo ma no je na you enu ake se tete me ka ka ba ga me fi yin na you enu none of your just cry. Mama make it look at so Charlie. I want to be more. No.
Thank you so much. Shatta ofane what you have press conference alo je wo do for have press conference Shatta alo nu go no yi all right chebe ganye me min da nye fe shinye wala don wa ade enche wo baba bi wo baba ni wo ba gbasane. Yes, shata ke wo ba fe press conference. So it will be a follow up to this story. So wo baba wo I hope aki isane akuje over ebo to wi enugu.
Mintoni make onyemi ake enatwi ifio
Naga.
onuchi wala ake eminfun shi mintoma pale fage shi be ke oke minfun finu ko na osajia na oduba won pale fai wa denche won pale fai ke mugweba eche Kevin gbe niga was more. We just have to let the person know. Only look kabachi egbe ebie orumishi because ke boni mi fun e trigger ni bi ko mekemba orumishi ni tafrache me bo to ebie wa ni bi ko meni when you have it as your secret ni in like mi fun ni e ko ba je na gani epo orumishi ni which somebody can pick it ni ba ya ka o be ni tete TV ka ba tabi alo kule onumeshi won pa fa bo to bo ni won na twi a onumeshi won na twi kamo ko bani ebe mess up here we just care about more why about block lejo whatever lo onumeshi alo put the person in place like be afi na kan be onumeshi
Thank you so much. All right, Chameka Nyeme, Nyefenye you will adon, you find a walk back pay, or back English at a press conference, and I'm about to respond officially to Nii Sempe, or back when number you and me, or back try one habo. And then we will have a discussion on it. War ma chon e koken panuchumo dani mabashia. But I hope I can mama sheshia early enough ni obanya will start show it on time ni say akaglash because I really want us to cover this tomorrow. So mofemo okay what you know. No my job. Shatta Drake, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shatta Drake. I appreciate you a lot. Mysterious Diamonds. Mysterious Diamonds. Shout outs to you for joining us. Once again, shout outs to you, Shatta Drake. You took care of the class. My job, I truly appreciate you, my brother. I mean, that Mr. Joseph Kwaku, Mr. Raymond Ankra, Mr. Kwate, Man Oti Bon will take care of the class. Shout outs to everybody. Man Christy. Shout outs to Prof for joining us today. Prof Daneboli. Prof so Prof. So thank you everyone. You might join your family. Bye bye.